Alright, mine's just live. Looks like everything is caught up. Alright, everybody, we do thank you for joining us tonight. First and foremost, Amy is joining us and hanging out to have some fun. We are short Dara tonight, as well as Harold. Harold, though, if all things go well, will be joining us later in the night. And Lane is enjoying Little Shop of Horrors with his wife.
Wish I could have seen it the day this week.
Right? Out of all the days to pick.
It was probably her only day off.
Too bad if you're not ready, Shingoke, this is happening.
Alright. That being said, John is having to roll a new character.
Yes. Yes, I did. So, because last time around, someone's flute decided I needed to die.
No, you can just come out and say it.
It was fake.
You died because of me.
No. It wasn't you, it was the flute.
For all anybody knows, it's all my fault.
Speaking out of character here. And
I'm
in
pretty
character worth
sure-
it can't complain because he's dead.
I'm pretty sure my nickname should just be Angel of Death in this group.
Well, you do realize you're the only one outside, so you're the only one that knows anyway, so...
Yeah.
Unless you tell anybody that was your fault, you're not going to know.
That's your dark
We're-
secret.
There's your shameful secret. I killed our valiant paladin. Shh. Don't tell anybody.
The real lie there was Valiant.
I was like, to be fair, though, at least you take out as many enemies as you do PCs, so that works out.
It's impressive for a bard.
It really is.
Oh, wow. I'm still bit boss on somebody's channel.
Actually, wait a minute, did you kill my last bard too?
I think so.
Cast a fireball?
Yes, she did.
Holy shit!
She is the angel of death.
Yes, she is.
Like, I didn't even realize that. Like,
Train not.
why is she feeling so guilty beating herself up so badly? I'm like, wait a minute, he did that. That was a friendly fireball, okay.
Well,
It's okay, though.
Why do you think she's a pro character? She's always hanging at your back. Yeah,
just saying, man,
I got your
I
back.
think that's awesome. I'm still your bit boss on your channel.
So when she says she's got your back, that is a twofold meaning.
Alright,
That's alright, I forgive you. It's fine.
Thank you. Ooh, it's sharp.
so how
sure
to
at some point in the
get
future I'll be
Amy's
responsible for
character,
your
which is a
character
brand new
Nope, I'm gonna
random
kill myself.
roll.
Oh, Lord, help us all.
Well, it's just me and the bard, huh? It's just me and you, bard. Two non...
Damn, at least female.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Output. Well, I guess I can put a little damage output on there.
Well, good thing I made a fighter.
That is a good thing.
Let's see. John, you're already being one of the houses in order, so that makes sense.
Okay.
You ask your task to go find the party.
Okay.
Carrying with
Relax
a
for
message
not knowing where we're at.
from
And
the
fact
Metallic
that we
Council.
almost just died.
Okay.
Last
So-
24 hours. The effects last.
Really?
So that is
Wow.
your secret to bear. Because you're the only one that
Yeah.
knows.
Not a bugbear.
God.
She will not be a bugbear.
I went out to save you, and I saw Paladin Palavash,
Yep.
and I said, "Oh, I can't save him. I gotta
So,
go."
anyways, John, your character, in your travel to go meet up with the
But
party,
my clerk would assume that.
to basically tell them know they were taking they have a summons
Okay.
from the Metallic Dragons Council. So the elder worms of each of the Metallics. Basically ended up in a magical storm of crap, probably caused fighting between other two types of magic races of dragons, and therefore you are now going wibbly wobbly, looking like Thor falling out of the Bifrost, falling through space at this point. Is literally what you are
Dragon
doing.
Slayers are we.
Well then.
Dragon slaying numbers have been reduced.
For everybody who is just joining us, the player who's not here and enjoying Little Shop of Horrors pretty much did the whole, oh, not quite, the,
Oh yeah, I can do that.
hold in a bag of holding for the party to get out of their situation.
How dare you request I make the important?
And therefore they are jumping through planes at the moment.
I'm just
As much as that is fun.
Why do we even hang out with you?
Though, for
Just teleport
Becca
a little bit.
and Miguel's character at the moment, you guys have both seen Guardians of the Galaxy 2, right?
Si, senor.
Yes.
The 900 jumps.
Oh, God.
That's basically what you
my
guys feel
God.
like right now.
Entertain us.
If she can reach her hand.
Oh my God.
Oh gosh.
This gotta suck.
Oh yeah, your landing will be very much fun.
Don't puke on me. I just got this
and
nice
not only
shiny.
that, but I almost just died.
Yep.
So, I'm sorry, buddy. You're getting puked on.
I'll stand behind you.
What?
I'm gonna stand behind you.
You have to be behind
Sit
her.
behind you, yeah. I don't want to be
See
behind
who's
her.
in front. Roll for it.
What is it, D20? What do you want?
Yeah, 2 d20s. That's easy enough. To...
D20s?
Oh no, 1 d20 for you, 1 d20 for her.
Oh, okay. 13. Lucky 13. Lucky 13.
Let's see.
5.
All right.
I'll
You are
hold your-
able to position yourself appropriately.
I'll hold your hair back. Because that's how I roll.
Wait, is this happening as we're going through these jumps? Cool, because I just imagine and then it's getting all over all of us.
All right, Miguel, roll for that dodge. This is straight dex.
Okay. No? Apparently not.
Maybe you should have been in front.
Guess I shouldn't have been holding her hair.
Well, her
Trying to
hair's
be nice.
fixing it.
Trying to do a nice thing.
Well, you're keeping her hair from getting hit with it.
As we're
Trying to.
I'm sorry, dude.
As
It's a
we're going
reality. When you hold the other person's hair, sometimes they puke on your shoes. That's what happens.
Oh god.
to be fair, I'm probably taking the brunt of it. We're gonna get out and I'm gonna have like just gross.
At least I got created food and water. I can create gallons and gallons of water to wash all this stuff
it all
out. Yeah,
away.
exactly.
Hey, BP.
I mean, water and food.
Alright, I'm gonna go get my donuts.
You get your donuts, John. We gotta figure out how to bring in Amy's character into this wonderful mess.
Yep, and in a little while we'll have to cut that cake.
And we'll have to cook the cookie cake. For my birthday. Yay! Alright.
Happy belated birthday, by the way.
Yeah, no worries.
I did wish you happy birthday.
They didn't give you the School of Magic. They made you a regular sword, so while magic wouldn't explain why you're here, they made you a folk hero.
With the dragon, no.
With the shameful circuit?
Did they declare what my color origin was?
No.
Maybe that's
There's
part
your
of the
angle
shameful
because
secret.
it's dragon sork. I have dragonic resilience,
Let's
draconic
see.
ancestor. That would explain my
Oh,
history. Then.
she could actually be the messenger from the Drake.
I
from
love
the
it when
Council.
chat gives me ideas.
Alright.
Oh
and then,
God!
And then I could have been hired on from
What race
the
are you?
Order of the Gauntlet in order
I'm
to
a high elf.
escort her to.
Nice. But you
Yeah,
have that
that's
draconic 13 dex. Awesome.
I'm
Sweet. That's just
draconic
one
sword.
idea.
13 AC starting.
so he can put me wherever the hell he wants.
Pretty cool. High elf, huh?
He rolled it, not my job.
Highfalutin elf.
Yeah, it rolls her as high, but unfortunately, with the way it can be randomized on D&D Beyond, because I don't pay for the extra services,
Oh,
I can
okay.
only use the base,
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
and they don't have a random roll for the campaign. The wife group killing the player.
Gotcha.
No. Given the wife's backstory,
Fuck.
you think you finally are going to get to go to your destiny in the spell you cast. So what are your highest level spells?
Density. I mean, destiny.
My highest level spell.
I remember he's trying to say.
You should have like 3 or 4 of them.
Density. I mean, destiny.
I bite, cone of cold,
Cone of
I-
sweet.
greater invisibility, ice storm, the Trollic sphere. Those are the
Oh,
4, 5,
Jack's
and
Spear,
6.
That's nasty. Don't misfire on that. That's bad.
That's why I said. This
So,
character was
give me-
technically made for me. It's got acid, baby.
Given your ADHD sorcery, you were there listening to some address of something or other, wanting to actually do that. You got bored and decided to sneak off because you're supposed to be there, and attempted to cast greater invisibility on yourself.
Uh-oh. You're like, this isn't having anything to do with this. I'm so bored.
Except instead of Klaatu Verata Nikto, you said Klaatu Verata Anna.
Army of the Dead, yeah.
It's not. Leviosa. It's Leviosa. Yeah, exactly.
So basically,
You got it all wrong.
you end up casting yourself also into said plane at this point.
Shit.
And as for your dragon type, make sure it lines up with that because that'll make it a little bit more fun. Because why can't this be fun, right?
Why can't it be fun?
So it will be so much more fun.
He wants to just screw with me.
Copper.
It's okay. He's just
How the
digging
hell
his
does
grave.
that go with fire affinity?
Well, you consider your destiny. Let's only have one fire spell there.
Oh, fair enough.
you wanted to be a gold, but you ended up becoming a copper instead.
You always seem to aim low, don't
You wanted to be the very best like no one ever was.
What's your dragon?
Instead, you came in 4th place.
Copper.
This is still
Yep.
respectable.
4th place is 3rd loser.
Yes, BP. This cannot go wrong at all.
Aggressively average.
Well, we are technically
Yeah, I'm usually in 5th place.
in this book for the funness of it. So, Rise of Tiamat. So this is already a bunch of bad things going on as it is.
We figured out how to tie my next story into that story.
Yes,
Oh,
it's
Lord.
going to be looking so much fun when Wifey takes over to the DM chair, and scary.
Well, you have the trunk spear if you're a copper, then I guess. That makes sense.
Let's see.
Giant acid ball.
Who do I want to... That's those. Where is... Alright. So, a human, by the way, is the one who came to your order, John, and said that the council actually wants to meet, and she is the representative, and asked specifically for the party in question that had been sent out. Of which the council then stated they were off doing what they were doing last session.
Slaying dragon, because that's what we do.
Yes.
Except for this last time.
Yes,
He's went awry.
Shane. So,
Slightly awry.
after she leaves, you are going to be definitely sent to go after the party in the last known location. They don't really have any ranking, did they? No, they don't have any ranking for you. We are going to probably put you in 5 years with the order.
Okay, sounds good.
Enough not to be up in the echelons, but low enough, not low enough that you're the pawn.
Yeah, he's
The water boy.
He spent a lot of time in the pits, so that makes sense.
Yeah, you've got the command side.
All right.
Without worrying too much about it by itself. You would have some knowledge at this point that there is a bronze dragon on the council. Nim Mur specifically is the name.
Okay.
And he has been helpful in the past to the Harpers as well as the Order of the Gauntlets and those things. So you know that there is at least, you know of one dragon. You at least know his name. You probably will not know anything much else other than if that name is spoken and it's a dragon asking, it's probably fair to say to be okay to go help with.
Yeah.
Yeah, or he is coming to actually be helpful. Let's see.
Do you wait?
Though you do know that he doesn't like problematic people.
Well, pretty much
Problematic
stats.
people.
D10. Is it on there?
the relevant stuff. So.
Have I been hearing rumors or stories about these guys' exploits?
Probably at this point, yes.
So the impromptu drinking contests and some of the other shenanigans that have gone on, he'd probably know about.
We got a good bard in this party. You know about us.
And Christine, wow, we're getting everybody in here. This is awesome.
Christiane.
Christiane. Ah! I will one day get your name right, Christiane. I do apologize. Like everybody
Kicking
else.
butts and taking names. You know about us.
You guys definitely have that kind of going for you.
It's mostly the drunken girls.
Sorry, guys. I realize I may not have this set right.
These people may fall under the definition of troublesome, but he's been given a job to deliver a message, so.
So deliver a message and escort and assist as needed.
Yes, that second part, that is his doom. Excellent.
Yes. Assist as needed. Okay.
Don't worry, you haven't met the
We
angel
also
of
have
death
Ghost Noid is here lurking with us as well. Alright. Oh, this is pretty awesome. Love it when we have all these people in chat. So, you will encounter your said storm. But before you left, I want you to do a perception check on the ambassador from the council.
Okay, I'm actually proficient in that this time. I know I did something right. 11.
Sorry, listening to the kids' chatter that is happening outside in the room. Something was off about her. Not in a bad sense, though.
Okay.
So,
Well, she is his superior. She's given him an order, so he's going to follow it. If something weird's going to happen down the line, then he'll see what it is.
yes. But something was definitely off. She was not from your order.
Yeah.
She addressed the council.
Yeah, that is pretty strange.
Well, basically, the messenger to the Waterdeep Council, where you guys are, or where you would be at there in Waterdeep, she addressed that council and basically said that the metallic dragons are requesting the audience of said party.
Okay.
For those of you that are not into dragon lore, metallics are the good dragons, chromatics are the bad dragons. So, you do realize, though, and there is no way, just due to availability of resources given the devastation that is now starting to be wrought across the world at this point, that technically where you need to go is, once you get to the group, is a 6-week journey.
Jesus Christ. Alright,
And you did note that the person who delivered the message was semi-sad that the group was not there.
You don't have brace for Robin's bard.
Well, I'll make sure to provision myself properly for the journey, and I've also got a pretty good survival skill. I'm pretty sure I can make the trip.
So when you almost get to where the group is, that's when the storm happens. You get tossed into the plains, and having fun as you basically get thrown equivalent out of the Bifrost from Thor.
Great.
It's for the visual.
It's been a long time since I've seen that movie, but I have a mental image of how it might go.
You'll have to fix the new one if you haven't seen Ragnarok.
Oh, I haven't... Wait, Ragnarok? No, I have seen that.
That's the most recent one.
Oh, I haven't seen that one. No.
Yeah, he bought it. We can fix that.
Okay, sweet.
Oh, yeah.
It must be fixed.
Yes, it must be fixed.
Why is it every time I don't see a movie, you guys instantly start plotting and getting all sinister and
I know.
I watched it twice in a 2-day period because Harold hadn't seen it either.
And it's worth watching probably for a full week straight. It's got that kind of comedic level to it.
Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Is that the
Alright.
last one?
And the newest one, yes.
I have not seen that.
I'll trust
one
your
yet.
guys' judgment on it.
Okay.
Haven't seen it yet, but I heard it was good.
Yes, it was very good. Back on track. Amy and John. I need you to roll d20s and let me know the number.
1.
16.
ADHD short keeps getting sidetracked and is actually never actually paying attention to time anyways, can't really tell how long she's been basically flying through space.
I'm so bored.
You, on the other hand, John, have realized that technically you've been floating for probably a couple days.
Wow.
But I haven't gotten hungry yet.
No.
I'm in some sort of stasis.
And you assume at least a couple days. Thoughts, John?
Is there anything that I can see around me, or it is an empty void?
It is more of think space and nebulas and star
Okay.
points,
Yeah.
those kind of things.
Okay.
And occasionally
Huh.
now and then you'll see something shimmer and disappear again, but nothing that you could actually relatively grab and get a hold of.
Okay.
So other stuff is definitely flipping around.
Dude, you're stuck there forever.
I hope not. I liked this character when I made him.
That would be the ultimate screw you, wouldn't
Yeah.
it?
I'm just
Roll
like,
the
Dave, at that
character.
point, you could have just told me I don't like this character, make something else.
Yeah, but you realize I'm trapped there with you, so, and he rolled this sucker.
Alright. I guess I will wander through this weird space-time event until I find something interesting. If I can.
Okay. Both of you perception.
$22.
$15.
What is your character doing with all the starlights and everything else in the nebula and being her ADHD herself?
So do they look like they're standing still, or do they look like they're moving?
You definitely feel like you're moving, and they're somewhat moving themselves as well. So moving pretty lights.
No, I'm not doing the oh so bored. I'm basically trying to catch them.
And that is what you see, John. Probably a couple hundred feet in front of you.
With lots of giggles and cackling.
Yes.
Excuse me. You wouldn't happen to know where we are, would you?
No bloody clue. That's pretty though.
Clearly this one isn't going to be of any help.
All the pretty lights. All right. I know. For exit. Dex for landing for John and Amy.
Oh god.
You guys got it.
It's probably not going to end well for me.
8.
Let's go get it.
9.
Holy crap! Both under the average score.
My dexterity's 10. I have no bonus.
I had a bonus. That's how bad I rolled.
Alright, so I have an excuse, but you on the other hand.
My dice hate me. Yes, we see. Is he done eating?
What?
Is he done eating?
No.
Good.
God, we might put the little one here to sleep shortly. You know what? I gotta roll this because this is gonna be too much fun.
So, which one of us is gonna end up befriending somebody, and which one of us is gonna end up in the chair?
No, everyone loves a cleeric. Everyone loves a bard. Row and heals.
You get what I'm talking
I
about.
don't think I fully understand.
You are not done.
Which one of us is Thor? Which one of us is Loki?
Oh god.
Okay. So, John,
Yep.
as you exit,
Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha.
you gracefully as you possibly can, spinning head over heels, bounce off several rocks. Going to take about 20 points of damage, but your final impact is into a snowbank, so you are at least landing at that part soft. Okay.
Ouch.
But it is effing cold.
I can't hear you.
Well, I'll use second wind
Not yet.
to recover 17 of that, so I take 3.
Take 3. Alrighty. Amy. You are technically exiting behind him. What are you doing? I am giving you a chance to have fun with this on the way down.
This is where I'm glad she doesn't have fire spells, so she doesn't try and pull like the rocket booster maneuver.
No, I've got acid spells, which is worse.
I know, but that wouldn't prompt you to think law of thermodynamics might help me.
I do technically have a fire spell.
No. That's a single bolt that does not. No.
Yeah, I get it.
Now we'll see what happens. If I'm worried, it's because she's actually shot me in the face with an acid ball before.
That she has. Different character, but still one that was playing with acid.
Alright,
Yep.
Can I borrow a player's handbook?
You certainly can.
Thanks.
But that was also the dark elf that you unintentionally turned into a smurf, wasn't it? Or was that a
No,
different character?
that was Queen of the Black Dragons.
Okay.
Yes.
Before she found out she was Queen of the Black Dragons.
Alright, Wifey is looking up a specific spell. Alright, while she does that, Becca and Miguel, you need to roll to see how well you are observing the passage of time.
20 perception?
Yep.
I mean, if it's anything like Guardians of the Galaxy where we're just like going through the...
I understand.
Okay.
12 total.
Um.
You might be observing better than me. That's what my
Oh yeah,
plus
my
is.
perception's good. 24.
Thanks to him holding back your hair and everything else.
Yeah, I can't see very well. Yeah, exactly, right?
Oh.
Thanks.
Oh.
Trying to be a gentleman, like what I get.
She's so small, how can she hold this much vomit?
That is actually probably what is going on.
Okay. I know what I'm gonna
Okay.
do now.
That is pretty much what was going through Becca's mind because you realize you guys have been in there for about 2 weeks.
Oh my
As you
gosh.
keep going.
This is ridiculous.
And you're still feeling sick. And
Oh my god.
Miguel, you're too busy pretty much trying to dodge stuff at this point.
I was like, have,
Create food and water, wash it off again, create food and water.
have they been moving this entire time, or
Yes.
is there now like a small planetoid of
There's
vomit?
just a trail behind.
God.
You made yourself breadcrumbs to fall back on.
Oh my god.
Oh lord.
All right.
I'm sure there's some bread in
And
there
you came
somewhere.
up here with what you were going to do.
Yeah, I decided I'm gonna cast Cone of Cold on the way out. Figure it'll maybe slow down my fall.
Oh my god.
You went and you gave her an idea.
That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. Don't shrink the density of your air, you would fall faster.
Hey, I had to roll. I actually rolled which
God.
spell I was gonna do this for. That's
All
what
right.
makes it work.
You are lucky, John, that she doesn't actually hit you in the process of.
Oh, thank God.
It also explains why she landed harder than you did.
God. Oh my god.
I literally rolled to see whether I was gonna do it, and then rolled to see what spell on my table I was gonna do with it.
My God.
Okay.
Might as well be a wild sword at this point.
Yeah, pretty much. It's basically you end up being a wild sword, but draconic wild sword. Vanessa and Sue.
No.
That is going to be 35 HP,
Alrighty.
Wow.
And I need a
and
pencil.
you will have 3 broken ribs.
Ouch.
Ooh, and a broken right arm.
Ouch.
Dear Lord.
Dear Lord.
Perception again from Miguel and Becca.
27.
21.
You realize you are slowing down and probably maybe finally coming to the end of this. You guys got a round of preparatory. However, you are going to exit this.
Oh god.
Do not ask me about Featherfall. That is the other bard.
I guess I might as well give us some.
Who you
temporary
somehow got
hit points.
separated from in the 500 jumps.
No.
Oh Give yourself 25
To be fair,
temporary
we're the
hit
last
points.
ones through, so who even knows where they went?
True. Very true.
We said we got 1 round, right?
Yep.
I'll cast 8 on us. 25 hit points.
Okay.
Temporary points. All right.
To your max, then you full health, so.
I don't have anything that would be particularly useful in this. Can I assume that he probably healed me during these 2 weeks?
If you
Yes.
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 You should be fully healed.
Okay.
He's like,
I just
come on, I've healed you. Why are you still sick and puking?
Stop puking! Greater restoration. Why isn't it working?
I'm gonna assume it has something to do with the fact that we
Dear
never get hungry
God.
while we're here.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and you haven't eaten anything in 2 weeks, and yet it keeps coming up.
God. Oh.
All right.
It's like a super volcano of barf.
Oh my God.
So in my mind, the way I have you guys exiting is very Looney Tune-ish. You guys just suddenly are up in the air about 100 feet above mountainous and snow and everything else. And you guys have been traveling like you're you just stop and pause there midair before you start to fall.
Welcome to Sakar.
Oh, man.
Pretty much. All right. Okay. As for damage, given the height and the fact that you're coming back in normal time, which is
Not yet.
much more than what the other
And you
guys
didn't
have.
eat.
Your
No.
guys' fall damage is going to be 40 apiece, which probably will be helpful with given those temporary points you guys had. Though you do take more damage, it's more from the fact you also cause a partial avalanche in the snow and you bounce off a few more things, therefore nothing's broken, but you guys are able to survive the actual avalanche itself. That being said,
So you can't be held back up.
perception on John and Amy's character, even though Amy's character is probably screaming in pain at this point.
Oh, it helped my
14.
perception. 19.
You definitely hear the screams of 2 more falling people. And what sounded like snow and avalanches, they happen.
Yeah, right?
I'll grunt as I pick myself up off the ground, dust some of the snow off of my plate mail, and start heading towards the screams.
I don't like this planet.
Sucks.
Are you going to follow him here or are you going to sit there?
Oh, does she land nearby me?
Yes.
Okay, if I see that she's grievously wounded, I'll probably, carry her along with me. Because, who knows, maybe one of the people who dropped out of the sky is a healer. You could
Okay.
be lucky.
You would think that, wouldn't you? I don't know. I don't know if they're yet.
I'm sure the council
You
informed
would
him.
think that.
Yeah, I
the party
scream really
consistent
loud
with
when
the
he
fact
picks
that-
me up.
Alright, as the 2 of you are, Miguel and Becca, are dusting yourselves off, perception on sound.
Ha! Total fail.
11.
Critical fail.
Yeah, no. And you critically Miguel.
Failed, yeah.
So
it's,
I'm actually right now. I'm just taking snow, and I'm like, ugh. It's never gonna come out, is it? It's just
right.
going
Trying to get the puke off of my
Yeah.
armor.
I'm just like,
Since I don't
gonna
see
smell
anything,
like
I'm
this
like, oh my
forever.
god. Last time I hold your hair. You're on your own next time.
And then I
On
start
your
to
own.
shake really bad because
Yes.
I'm really cold.
You're going to be really cold at this point. Alright, John, you're going to get to a ledge, perception, looking down.
My armor.
18.
You definitely see the 2 of them down there. You can pretty much see the path where the avalanche went with them.
Okay.
200 feet down the side. Not a
Oh,
straight
there!
drop. Perception check.
Perception? Yeah, I was gonna say I'm busy getting puke. Nope, another critical fail in a row. I am definitely trying to get
I
the
got
puke
16
off of
this
my
time.
armor.
You definitely hear somebody yell from higher up the hill.
As I'm like,
Grumbling under my breath. Son of a.
drop the snow. Hi! You're not gonna kill us, are you? I'm not in the mood.
I wasn't planning on it. I have an injured person here. Would either one of you happen to be a healer?
I can heal.
Both
Alright,
raising
so you're
hands.
still spreading your armor, Miguel. Roll to see if you hear that much.
Hey, 19. That's
I need a
So
healer.
suddenly,
Services of a cleric.
so suddenly, Miguel, a man appears on top of the ridge.
Like, whoa.
I need a healer.
Whoa.
No, let's be. I need a healer. That's what he.
Right.
That's what he is.
I need a healer to
Gather round. We're all hurt. Gather
I
round.
see him go up the hill like that. You son of a... And I start to try to climb and like slide down for every foot that I'm making
I'll
up.
come
like,
to you. Just
Oh man, we don't have.
I just eventually
No
like
more
lay down
arachnid,
in the
can't
snow
climb
like
up
this
there.
and slide down again.
I'll go down the hill to try.
Go, you meet them down there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's
My
all
my special
cold.
cloak and boots. Gone. Can't climb up anymore.
All right.
All right. So you guys meet up.
All right.
What are we doing, Miguel?
I'm going to say gather round for some healing first. Since she has a broken arm and everything,
Broken arm, broken ribs.
greater restoration on you. That will take care of the broken things. Marking that off.
I thought the bones would automatically heal and wouldn't need a restoration thing. It's like for stat loss.
Well, it's instantaneous.
It's
It's just
instantaneous.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Instant men versus you would still need other times.
All right.
All right.
And I'm going to cast. Four.
Yes, Becca is definitely not thinking of what she's doing at the moment.
Me?
Yes.
No, I'm not at all.
Epic Botch, aka the Angel of Death.
Everyone is
There
here
are
for-
worse deed names. Just gonna say.
There is
Player characters and monsters.
32 hit points for everybody. If there's anyone still not full, I will use healer kit on them.
Okay.
Anybody?
You
Still
said
not full?
32?
Yes.
Yeah. I'll be full.
I still
I'm
need
3 short, and it's not really worth it.
light cure wounds, so you get. Well, it doesn't matter. With my pluses, you'll get that. So.
Yep.
Alrighty.
I'm just cold. Do you happen to have an extra cloak?
You're missing like what, 8? Okay.
Me? Oh no, it's more than that. I wouldn't worry about it.
It's the temporary that you basically.
I'm gonna use my kit.
Yeah.
21 hit points back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a feat. I took the healer feat.
You take the healer feet so we can actually do this.
Yeah.
That actually.
If you're still missing any, I'll use you'll get 21 more back.
Yes, that does sound about right.
Sean.
What was
And
it?
21 more to
That
you,
does sound
21
about
more to
right.
myself.
Oh, temporary hit points.
No, that's a heal.
Oh, well, I'm fine. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I'm full.
You basically have some abilities as fighters to basically like second wind, etc.
Cool.
Okay. That being said, perception check on the
arm.
to see other people. That is for John's character.
Okay. 14.
Hot shot. I'm so confused now.
I'm just fucking around, hot shot. Ignore it.
Yes. You will realize that this is 2 of the party you are after. Given the general, even the disheveledness, you will be able to at least figure that much out from the description you were given of the party members. So,
I was
Dragonborn!
gonna say they're standing there, having dropped in the middle of a mountain range and covered in vomit. Yep, pretty sure these are the people.
These are the 2 you're looking for.
And I'll cast one more spell, and both of you
Good thing
guys
you-
20 hit
You
points.
did not say that
added
out
to your
loud.
action. So they're temporary, but they're permanent for 8 hours. It's like a greater.
okay.
They changed the way it does
Alright.
it.
All right.
So, I believe you two were part of the party that I was supposed to send a message to, actually.
That's possible. Who are you looking for? Mighty Dragon Slayers?
Well, first, to introduce myself, I am Pavu Folkleaver Thuliaga with the Order of the Gauntlet.
so your nickname that you might go
knowledge.
by.
I have heard of that order. I rolled that twice.
You had to. Oh, you don't say.
Okay.
A part of the Council of Order.
And-
They're one of the orders.
Goliath are assigned deed to other chieftains. That was his. So,
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Wait, what was that again? Say it slower.
Pavu Folkleaver Thuliaga.
Full cleaver. Interesting.
Yep. And he's like 7 foot tall, like mountainous man wearing full plate and with 2 fairly large battle axes hanging from his belt.
Looks like we're going to be needing, since we lost 4 party members through this, whatever is interdimensional,
Celeste,
whatever travel
by
that
the
we just
way.
went through.
And this is
Gunther Brighthammer.
Gunther.
Gunther Brighthammer.
Oh, there it is.
The light cleric
Looking over
is at the
here.
top.
Yeah, I'm
Gunther.
gonna pick my own damn name. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, I'm a former gold dragon. I just picked a name. Who knows? Who knows how these mere mortals name themselves?
For those of you who didn't hear, she whispers to him he's crazy.
And he's heard that one of the scaly ones is a little bit insane, but he doesn't remember which one. So he's probably going to take her at her word.
And unfortunately, she does not have an instrument or a weapon.
Anyway.
You have your voice.
Should I reward a Rodley might at least?
If you're gonna allow me to keep that, I dropped it. Dropped it, and then I picked up the flute and was playing that.
That's right, you did do that.
Yeah. I mean, I still, I'm not useless. I have spells, so. I'm totally good just winging this.
Is he playing in the bathroom?
Looks like he's in the bath with a, what is it, foil?
Yeah, he's not causing problems.
Okay. Dex. Save.
Nat
Now
20.
20.
Nothing but a thing.
You hear a whistle.
I like his shirt.
Oh, son of a.
He needs a ball.
And you look up and you barely see that as the Lord of Rodley might basically embed itself in the snow next to you.
Thank goodness it is not that frackin' flute. Oh, and I pick it up and I'm like,
He's like, just looking at it like, what the?
All right. I've been sent to deliver a missive to you. Your presence is requested by the Council of Metallic Dragons.
Oh,
Back
Okay.
in Waterdeep.
again.
Dex saved her.
we have been working with them.
Yes, we have.
We've also been gone for a really long time
6.
and don't know where most
Said
of our
flute
party
bounces
is.
off your head.
Yes. I do
What
realize
the
that there's some
hell is
problems.
this?
And I also realize that you're currently
And
on
it's-
the,
Becca, she just picked
And
up the
I'm
flute.
holding.
Son of a. Oh my god.
It's fine. It means it affects her, not you. It's okay.
There's only one musician in the group. She's like,
Oh wait, that's even worse because you have access to more destructive spells. Oh god, we're doomed. We're all doomed.
oh my gosh.
You have flute for the moment.
Alright.
Instrument. You were explaining,
I mean,
Becca, sorry.
I've also been instructed to escort and assist you as necessary. So there are current
And I
objectives.
chuck it.
And I'm like,
She got bored.
And I chucked it on a net 20.
Okay, okay.
Flutes don't have anything to do with my destiny.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
I'm going
Bored.
to feel I'm compelled to go get it.
Really?
Perception, do you see her check it though? Do you
It-
recognize what it is?
Well, she probably
exclaimed, "What the
proclaimed.
hell
Oh,
is
you're
this?"
like, what
Yeah,
the?
and I saw it and I just kind of froze,
And then I chuck it.
threw it, and I'm like, I feel driven to go get it now. Like,
Cleaver feels as if the group is slightly distracted at the moment,
Yes.
for reasons unknown to him. So he's just gonna stand there and wait until everybody's ready for him to talk.
Oh my gosh, you're the preschool teacher around all the 5-year-olds.
I know. I realized that
3-year-olds.
early on.
Yes.
He's not a kindergarten teacher. He's in preschool. 3-year-old.
Oh.
We were actually
Where's the
doing,
finger paint?
I won't pull any
Can't you do paint
inspiration.
colors?
to pull you up to speed. Well, we were defeating said dragon and its minions until a bigger, more ancient dragon came along. And then we, everything kind of fell apart from there. So we all went into other bard who's not here, into his extra dimensional folding. Is it a blanket? Is it a
Pretty much. It basically
Blanket
does the equivalent
to
of you
escape?
putting a.
And me and my fellow companion here are the only ones that came out the other side. I have no idea where the other ones were. Went to. But it went badly. It was going well until the ancient dragon showed up. It was bad.
I don't think it was going well at all.
It was going fantastic. I don't know
What are you
what.
talking about?
was great.
The inside of the place was.
We were inside. I didn't see any of your battle going on out there. So your perception of the battle
I had to pull out a spell that healed me.
completely different than my side of the battle.
Please
Yes.
grant me the wisdom.
As I'm like climbing back with the flute. Okay.
We did lose a paladin. I don't know what happened to him. He just seemed to be a pile of ash when I was rescuing Frog here.
Oh, was that yours?
I'm assuming that was the dragon that reduced him to a pile of ash.
Yes, it is. And then I just like stick it.
Just like,
So I'm
whatever.
like dual wielding like rods.
Guys.
That sounds so wrong.
But if they have another mission for us,
Before we
God,
continue
I'm
talking,
just-
how about we find some shelter so that you guys
death.
don't freeze to death? I can start us a fire and we can.
shelter, that would be your department.
But there's so much snow. I mean, there's still gonna be snow in the thing.
It says it's
Okay,
a dry.
perception to look around
Go
to
ahead.
kind of see
Go ahead.
if there's any. 19.
There's
Says it's
definitely a
dry and
couple
warm.
rock outcrops.
Okay.
Definitely set this up on.
I go to the closest one.
Okay.
All right. Let's take some time to warm up.
Yeah.
Team that's standing up is up. You guys can go ahead and have your long rest, recoup, recount stories, and see if anybody else falls out of the sky, which at this point nobody does. Or at least not here.
It was worth a try, but we were the last ones in, so it makes sense that there's someplace else.
So, did they give me a specific missive or like an actual physical one, or was I just supposed to pass along the message?
Pass along the
This is-
information
The
that
atmosphere inside the space is
you were
comfortable
supposed to
and
take
dry
them to the
regardless of the weather
mountains
outside.
themselves.
Right, but I pop it up and then there's snow inside, is how I would see that.
So
You're on rocks.
I'm gathering that you're all here for a purpose. So that's great.
You want to help us kill some dragons?
Depends on the kind of
Do
dragons.
some prepping.
Nasty ones.
So we're gonna run into. Anybody
We
like to
don't have
partake in a
our
feast with me?
person who knows. Where's the one paladin? I forget Tara's character's name. I don't know anybody's character's name.
I believe, according to the information I was privy to before I left, that we're
Miss
combating,
Kintos,
Miss
because I
Kintos.
cannot
Chromatic.
pronounce her first name.
Is it
Fairlane?
chromatics?
You're
Farlane?
fighting chromatics, yes.
Chromatics. We're fighting the chromatic dragons. To prevent the rise of Tiamat.
Ah, well, worth the cost.
Miss Kintos.
Yeah, it beats how I ended up here
And
anyway.
what
So
we
sure,
have another-
yeah, I'll join.
What was JP's? His was a sword, right? And then there was a rogue and
Mm-hmm.
yes, and another bard.
Excellent.
Yep.
Missing four
This will go
parties.
swimmingly this time.
Yes, it'll totally go
I
fine.
totally believe that too.
So, out of curiosity, because this is going to be so much fun, does anybody have any way of telling where they are in the world by looking at the stars or any such matter
Hang on a
of
second.
said things?
I have survival, which would allow me to navigate in the wilderness.
Alrighty, roll to figure out where you are. You are exposed heading to the Nether Mountains.
No, technically have it too.
I may need to try again.
No, try.
Take
I
10.
didn't critically fail, but I failed.
Okay.
I got
I
an
cast
11.
guidance on you. And both.
All right. So what is the
D4 extra.
Mm-hmm.
23 this time?
Nice.
You realize that swimmingly, you guys are probably about a day away.
Oh,
You're in the foothills of the mountains.
we were dropped out of that strange environment quite fortuitously. We were only about a. All right. Sorry, I have to do this.
We're only a day
Oh God.
You're fine, that's
All right.
I'm sorry. When I realized how the wording was gonna go, I'm sorry.
Wait, okay.
Yes, you
You're
did.
wrong, and you hit a home run, buddy.
Yes.
So sorry. Now that I'm a little bit more warm and a little less, we're not going to talk about what happened. So you come to tell us what exactly?
Your presence has been requested by the Council of Chromatic Dragons. Which is only a day.
The count.
Okay,
of
it is.
metallics.
Or sorry. The
Metallic.
Council of Metallic Dragons.
Which is only a day away.
Yes.
Okay. Let's.
Fantastic. How fortuitous.
It would be an excellent place to resupply yourselves or make provision. I
Get
imagine.
3 extra winter gear cloaks. This is not
Pretty
going
much,
to be a
pretty
fun
much.
walk.
I'd recommend using bardic knowledge at this point. Okay.
Aha! With a 16.
You will know that definitely all the dragons will be ancients, so pretty much by the oldest of each particular orders. Obviously, gold, brass,
Yeah, gold.
silver, bronze, and copper.
I'll inform the group. The council is filled with very ancient and wise dragons. We should show them the proper courteous respect. She kind of looks around and realizes the troublemakers that were in the group are no longer here, and relaxes visibly.
She has
I'm offering
I don't know about
dragons
you
with
yet.
respect.
You haven't even asked me my name yet, and I haven't offered it. So there you go.
okay, so that'd be your first roll, bardic knowledge, second roll.
24.
Pick one of the metals, and I will give you more insight that you set back on one of
Silver.
them. Silver. Let's just say you're gonna have fun trying to pronounce the name anyways. I mean, it almost looks like the Hawaiian in regards to its spelling, but so we're just gonna call her Carnos. Yes, it will be a female. You do know that she tends to be more neutral, except when it comes to dwarves.
Oh. You're not a dwarf,
As
are
in
you?
positive or negative towards
He's
that?
7 feet tall. I doubt he's a dwarf.
Oh, okay. I didn't catch that one.
Positive or negative towards
I did
dwarves?
specifically mention he's a
Negative.
7 foot tall mountainous individual wearing full plate.
Actually, one roll on that.
Goliath.
Oh, what?
21.
You're gonna assume probably more negative,
Small for a Goliath, basically.
considering in what are key part of the council there is Ambassador Braun Anvil, and he technically is wearing dragon armor that is silver.
Gotcha. Okay.
You never got to actually inspect that armor, so you don't know if it's silver plated or if it is actually.
Gotcha.
You just know the negative force, and in fact, he wears it quite proudly. All right. Nobody else is bardic. I was hoping for the other bard to be here to help us out somewhat. You already got your background, then, John, on yours.
What now? You told me that there was a bronze dragon, but I wouldn't know much about them.
You wouldn't know too much about them other than he has assisted the Harpers and or the Gauntlet multiple times.
Okay.
He tends, every time that your order and the Harpers have interaction, he's definitely been a friendly
Okay.
character.
That works out. That makes me less nervous about walking into a den of dragons.
That's ancient dragons at this point. Here, since you technically have an affinity for copper, we're gonna let you roll and see how well you might know your technically your patron.
Oh,
17.
oh my gosh.
Sweet.
Hey, Dad. My cars.
You got your cars? Okay, go pay your cars.
I'm slow.
On the floor, yep.
Have you seen
You know definitely fond of humans and elves for the most part. Not a problem with either. From what you can remember when you actually have a clear head,
Got it.
Yes. There is something that is nagging you about one of your current party members and your patron, but you can't remember what it is. But it's going to nag you. For the most part, your patron is usually neutral in things. So, okay. You guys do arrive at...
Yeah, I kind of share what little I know about that.
Share with the party?
Yeah.
Yep.
You guys aren't going to really have to worry about, the copper patron much. I mean, they're really kind of nice. Except, I kind of think I'm forgetting something about something. It's like on the tip of my tongue. I mean, it'll probably hit me when we get there. I know I'll remember it. So as soon as I remember it, I'll share it, But yeah, we really don't have anything to worry about.
Got it. Clear as mud.
And as we're traveling, I actually have a blanket that I'm going to let her borrow because just by nature of what I am, my character is actually naturally acclimated to cold climates.
I understand.
It's a specific trait that he has.
Okay.
Your kind soul.
So,
Sorry, what was your name again?
What hair color are you? Is it
Please
that
tell me
color?
it's pink.
Might as well be.
all right, pink it is.
And the name's Temperandus, and yes, I do have a temper.
I figured, you and me will be fine. They've got scales. He's gold, so he should be running hot internally anyway.
We're actually bronze, from what I remember.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
He actually, one of the original characters got reincarnated into the clutch.
Yeah, I just forgot the kind of
Yeah,
dragonborn.
you got to that much.
Guess we're doing something right. Says a full gold
Worried
dragon.
about it.
All right, so when you guys do arrive at the council, it is very Dragon-esque in the fact that there are the 5 platforms, obviously where the ancients would all be positioned if they were to actually discuss things of that nature. The lower attendants, Becca Bardic Knowledge.
Try 3.
While they look humanoid, they are probably just young dragons, because most of the Dragon Council does, for the most part, not really interact with humanoids, just because
Shape shifting just for our benefit, basically.
lifespan is more like it.
Okay, gotcha.
And therefore, since you've been called, they're obviously going to have somebody around to make you somewhat in that regards.
Gotcha.
They basically provide you guys with a place to sleep, basically to let you know that in a couple days the council will be meeting up and you guys will then be meeting with them. That being said, you guys will have a couple days of said exploring around, listening, and trying to gather information before your said meeting with the council. So, John, what's your character doing?
Probably seeing if there was some place he could reprovision on rations and stuff like that for the next leg of their journey.
Okay. There is definitely provisioning.
And seeing if I can locate some winter clothing for those two so that they don't freeze to death in this area.
It would be easy enough to acquire said things.
Alright.
Are we doing anything else, or are you just restocking, just getting ready?
Pretty much restocking. Like, he was given a very specific job, so he's trying to make sure that that's done to the best of his ability. He got them here. Naturally, he would have announced their arrival when they did get there so that the meeting could be set up and everything.
You'll be talking to one of the attendants. Miguel and Becca will obviously be quartered with their patrons type things, which does technically put you by yourself, my dear.
Okay.
Well,
Diaper in bed.
yeah. So Amy, you would technically be not with the group per se. Each will be with your patrons.
Oh yeah.
That kind of that in that nature.
That was my thought.
John, your quarters will be more with other people trying to come and get favor with council, etc.
Okay.
That are the humanoids of that nature.
Alright.
You definitely notice there's a lacking of elves.
Does the ancient gold dragon present know of my punishment?
You're not from around here, are you?
You would.
Okay.
If you want to try to bring it up, go right ahead.
How am I doing?
Just a guess. There's
He is
suspiciously
not
few
present to
elves
actually
in this
talk.
Oh,
area,
okay.
so-
So he does.
Okay,
He's aware.
He would have known of you, given the lifespan and the fact he's probably been the patron of the gold dragons for probably as long as you've been around. Even of itself, I mean, we are talking ancient worms.
Long, yeah.
But not past the age of going down the other side.
Gotcha.
Becca, what are we doing?
Oh, you know I'm going to be enjoying any kind of bath I can get my hand on. Like that hot steamy.
They're
Hello.
geothermals.
Yes. I'm going to be spending a lot of time down there.
In the geothermals.
Probably. I mean, if we're basically just waiting for him, and he's been kind enough to help out with clothing, which thank you, and obviously I will take you out to drinks, and I don't think that thing sort of exists here, so
No. All right,
don't
little
worry,
bugger.
I'll treat you to a proper place.
Night.
The most suspicious thing for you is the fact
Pay someone to clean my armor?
There's that.
Yeah, be careful.
Oh, one thing that I would like to do is see if there's any place that I can perform and try and get a few extra gold pieces. So.
Hey.
Say goodnight.
Oh, cool
Jammies.
fingers.
Pass the baby.
Jimmy's in
bed, and then you can take care of the other one.
Okay.
Okay.
And put him to beat.
So
Yes.
perform.
Yes. His act in this area would probably be fire eating.
Really, well, given the humanoids that are here, you probably could turn a coin or two for that
There you go.
in that regards.
Okay.
Full plate. Track.
For the most part, majority of them are just simply waiting, and you do have a mix of lowly individuals to obviously people of very high station.
Yeah.
And majority of the high station ones are definitely bringing loot with them to give as offerings.
Fair enough.
We are dealing with dragons.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fat roots.
So, and Amy, what are you doing?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm hanging out with the young copper dragons.
Just, yeah. Anything particular you're doing? Are you trying to get any more information, anything of that nature?
Oh, I'm listening to them tell me stories. It's just fun. It's like talking with a bunch of kids. It's just great.
Pretty much. One of the things that you will definitely hear is, well, the female copper is definitely neutral for the most part. She definitely hates the people who try to swindle other things of nature, just what keeps happening to her horde from those kind of people. Especially people who do sleight of hand or who are known to do things with sleight of hand.
It's not me. Why are you looking at me?
Nothing else here, Miguel? You just go getting your armor done.
Get my armor done. I would like to talk to the gold dragon that's here.
Like to see if you can get an audience.
Get an audience.
You were pretty much told no.
What?
Mainly just because of his current attitude towards the humanoid races at this point, including Dragonborns.
Really?
Yes. He will probably be the oldest of all of them anyway, so he's been around the most.
Can I send the message with my true identity? I'm sure he would know who I am.
Do you have any way of proving that on you?
Other than my memories and what happened, yeah. And why. Because I'd be able to explain the incident of why my pride landed me here and being punished by our god.
To be fair, though, isn't requesting an audience with one of your fellow gold dragons while being punished a prideful act in and of itself?
No, not necessarily.
Thinking
Not if I'm
that,
approaching humbly.
yeah, but if you're just like, oh, but I'm this person, that's putting some more self-importance on
Just
yourself.
trying to get an audience.
He is looking like it could be a different one.
Well, it's the silver dragons that like it's more than
Just trying.
Okay, so it'll be combination of. It'll be a charisma. Actually, let me think. What is bluff? Is charisma, correct? I don't remember.
Deception is charisma, yes.
Bluff is.
Bluff is deception.
Bluff is deception.
Yeah.
Okay. So yes, that will be what you are trying to do, even though you're not technically bluffing.
I was gonna say I'm telling the truth, straight up.
You are telling the truth, but you are telling it to basically. You're claiming to be this gold, but you look like a brass dragonborn. So I'm just saying, to them it would be more of bluffing what you are.
Right. All right. I'm gonna cast guidance on myself. 15 total.
15.
Mm-hmm.
There are two stewards. One of them directly is like, no. The other one is more interested and will pester you for more specific details. In doing so, you basically have to sit down and wait because he's got to try to verify said details, which is not going to be obviously instantaneous. We're not living in a technological age, therefore things have to be looked up.
Let me get my laptop out.
Let me do a Google search on you.
Google, yeah. Gold
Yeah,
dragon
no.
punished with human form.
Perception while you are basically in the waiting
Okay.
room for that.
Let me cast guidance on myself again. 17, 18.
18.
Mm-hmm.
The general attitude of the gold wing, if you want to call it, of the council, definitely still pissed off at the elves for Draco Rage Mithril.
Oh.
Technically something
in
that
our,
was...
in our midst. Fantastic.
Which also explains why the lack of elves is present to
Present
begin
here.
with.
Got it.
In general, though, attitude tends to just consider them inferior because, I mean, pretty much every the humanoid race is pretty much at this point is the cause of trouble, and they cause trouble because they do stupid things. Like the elves...
That's my form of punishment.
causing the majority of the dragons to get pissed off when they created the Draco Rage Mithril.
Gotcha.
Because it technically uses dragon parts to be made.
Oh.
So, and you can thank the elves for that.
Holy crap.
I just miss about elves.
He's learning some
dragon, gold dragon wing.
He's in the gold dragon wing, trying to gain an audience, and etc., etc. And the general banter, pretty much in the golds, is screw the humanoid factions because they ain't worth anything, and let's just go hit the chromatics. Just directly take them out.
Take them out.
Becca,
Yes.
just because it's a bit fun if we do it this way.
Okay.
Definitely enjoying your geothermos. Nice, hot, sometimes very hot. Thankfully, you are dragonborn, so you can take the heat a little bit better.
I'm trying to cleanse myself.
Jeez.
You will get kind of a... Actually, roll really quick. See how much does it tell you.
This is bedtime, so you want to
Bardic knowledge?
Mm-hmm.
14.
And then perception of just like what you might be hearing, etc.
29.
Okay. What you are gathering is that Eleuthera, the male brass patron, is usually willing to hear all sides before he makes a decision. And he doesn't exactly have
Dragonborn bard.
And that the main thing that he usually hates is when people try to make magic that controls dragons.
Oh.
be like the masks.
No, don't rip it.
All the different leaders
You're not
basically
supposed
have
to rip
that are part of the cult of Tiamat.
You're supposed to rip it.
Supposed to whip it.
So,
Oops.
the day comes for you guys summoning to the actual court.
Sweet.
You will all have realized you basically are going to have to try to win the favor of said patron dragons over to accomplish what you are here for.
Oh, crap.
So,
If I could just get that audience, I might be able to convince them.
you have not gotten the audience in the time for this.
Damn it.
You basically have to get them all to at least be of friendly nature. There are multiple ways of doing this. However, let me rephrase this. There are multiple ways of doing this. There could be winning a favor, possibly promising something that might help the cause if you were to get something else to happen. Loot is always good.
You know how many chromatic dragons we've been slaying? Slaying them, buddy. Slaying them. Taking them out.
And
Good humble presence there, buddy.
No, you know, we're trying to convince them. They hate chromatic dragons.
Oh, yeah, no, that's my job.
and
You are the
to
talking
probably
person.
get
Cast
the
guidance
favor
on
of the
you.
council. What, buddy? What, buddy? What? Go get jammies. Go get the green one then.
It's you're figuring things out with your
I'll
own
let you do the talking, but I'll cast guidance on you.
color that you're affiliated with has kind of tipped you off that you kind of got to win the favor of the council.
Yes.
Yeah. And as far as the having to meet them thing, that was relatively recent. That's why my character was sent out to find you guys.
Alex. Go see Serena. Serena's going to help you with that.
He wants to say goodnight right now.
I'll go say goodnight.
Dad.
So before we walk in, I'll cast guidance, because if I
So you
cast
can
in their
have your
presence, I
pajamas.
guarantee they're going to know.
Yeah, and the green one.
Good night.
So before we walk in.
Like,
So
no.
the first one will be with the
You'll probably know anyway.
Yeah.
The spell's
All
not.
right.
right.
The talking. That's your.
So,
Nope,
you guys are going to be in
I
like.
know there's something I'm supposed to remember, but I just can't remember.
You guys know that you are a couple behind, a couple of the groups ahead of you that are also talking to the council itself. So just because you guys got summoned this and there, doesn't mean you guys are high in the pecking order. You're just part of the dealings that the council is dealing with.
Thanks and more. Short supply.
You guys arrive just towards the end, and the dragons are basically talking in Draconic, which I don't know if any of you guys actually have Draconic as one of your languages. Actually,
Yes, Dragonborn.
I do.
They do.
Dragonborn actually would.
These-
I'm,
Yeah,
the only,
right.
I'm the only one that doesn't speak Draconic. I speak Common
So-
and Giant.
Yeah, you definitely know they're talking in Draconic. You would at least know that much, given the fact of who you are and what the Harpers and the Underworld are going around. You just don't know what they're saying.
Okay.
For everybody else in the party, you can basically, the banter going back and forth between all of them is they're pretty much arguing with each other for the most part. For the gold patron, Proton Thayer. If it deals with destroying chromatics, he's pretty much all for it. Though perception for the three of you that are looking to understand Draconic.
25.
24.
16.
The group of high elves that were coming to try to gain favor with the gold nearly got their asses roasted on said stage,
Oh.
and he pretty much called them every derogatory term you can think of in the book when it comes to the elves, and he asked for some type of an apology, and of course they look at him like deer in headlights.
You might want to stand behind us. I don't see you.
The second group was trying to specifically talk to the copper patron, which is Taz Mikala. She got really pissed off at one of them, claiming that they had stolen from her, because one of the items that they had, this guy did have a staff.
The staff.
I remember now what I want to tell her.
She hates bards
Exactly.
and rogues.
Holy crap, Oli.
You need to be careful because she, and I pointed at Tess McKill, isn't gonna like you. I've been waiting to roll high enough to tell her.
That's not what she said. She said that she wouldn't like me. There's a difference.
And one of that party staff does get
the
confiscated.
little ones weren't specific enough to say bard specifically. They just said sneaky and sleight of hand people, and I've seen you do sleight of hand. So sleight of hand says she's not gonna like you.
Yeah.
Time of convincing them. Cody got too predisposed
I
to
don't know
dislike
why we
us.
need to convince them. We're not there yet.
Yep.
Yeah, just trying to warn you.
I'll try to tone down my
Staff or not?
meanness.
Don't think it's madness.
The final group before you is a group of dwarves.
Oh.
John, you would have recognized that these guys would have been harpers.
Mm-hmm.
Not Order of the Gauntlet, but harpers. That much. And Nimmerv, you're a dragon. For your guys' stuff. Definitely is talking with him, engaging with him. And Carnos, as we're calling her, because her name is atrociously long. It's OTAARYLIAKKARNOS. It's just a mouthful in and of itself. Demands an apology from them, and they look at her like, huh?
What?
And so basically she is even more put off. Let's just say all three groups before you have definitely not gotten the council's favor by the time they leave said audience. So, it's your guys' turn.
Alright. You're very good at speaking.
I'll announce them. Since the job was for me to escort them there, so I should probably step that foot forward, and then you can go as the spokesperson if you want.
All right, go ahead, John.
Presenting Celeste and Gunther Brighthammer. The party that was commissioned by the Lords of Waterdeep to end the chromatic threat and stop the rise of Tiamat.
Okay.
Kind of as he's introducing, he says my name, I bow low and graciously to the council.
As low as possible, ready? Considering they're all looking down, they could easily all hit you with
And I'm
the head.
standing next to him.
And I'll say a message was delivered to Waterdeep stating that their presence was requested at the Council of Metallic Dragons.
That's, and then basically the humanoidish spokesperson, because the dragons haven't actually talked directly at them, they've all spoken through this person specifically. Yes, we realize that they have been possessed because of the Drakhorn, big old horn that got blown way, way back, that basically awoken all dragons and summoned all dragons, etc. And you have been summoned here to see if you guys will be worthy enough to basically help with this. Perception, Amy.
15.
If eyes could drill, the gold is like staring through you. Just so you know, you would be able to sense that.
Ah,
You
crap.
just got that.
I lower my
Yep.
eyes and head into a bow respectfully.
Respectfully as possible. They would like to hear what you guys. What was that?
You're being hosted.
We're getting hosted with 6 viewers. Welcome to the Chosen One's D&D stream. We're actually getting to play some roleplay instead of just straight up killing things today. This is going to be kind of fun. You guys are asked to basically present what your deeds have been thus far, as well as... Yeah, we'll go with that first. Go ahead.
Okay. I will kind of step forward and apart, and not as flowery as I usually do, but confidently and as accurately as I can recant not all of our steps, but the most important ones, things dealing with the specific items that they would be concerned about, the horn, the mask, the crown, the different cultists meetings that we've had.
And tracking
Yeah.
cultists.
As you
Time
capture
As
the
you
worm
do
speakers.
describe the couple crowns that have come into your possession, the grass dragon does interrupt you and says, "What has become of the crowns? And what is your intention for them?"
Our intention,
Okay.
because I honestly do not remember anything. So
Crown
this
is
is fun.
destroyed.
All right.
So was I thought the crown was destroyed when
There's
Harold.
one for each crown.
Oh, and the one that got destroyed was the which color?
It wasn't destroyed, it was just chipped.
Oh gosh.
And, but I think we've been returning the crowns to the council.
To the council,
right?
yep.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're
For safekeeping,
For
to prevent the
safekeeping.
worm speakers from raising Tiamat.
correct.
So you would have passed it on?
Yeah, we're holding the council at Waterdeep is simply holding on to them for safekeeping.
What is their intent with them after this has been taken care of? This time he is addressing you. He's not going to the spokesperson.
Oh, he's addressing me specifically? Okay. The council has not deemed it relevant to inform us. But I'm sure we can advise them strongly that they should be destroyed.
But our goal is to stop the rise of Tiamat.
He nods. Good. Okay, continue on.
Okay. There's that crown.
Of course, we get the forgetful.
Yeah.
We're trying to be the spokesman.
Yeah, no, this is great.
Mikael, if you want to chime in, it's
We've been following, I kind of said a recount from our original start. We've been following cultists. We had a lead on them. They had some stuff that was items that were integral to the rise of Tiamat. We destroyed a clutch of Dragonborn that were and cultists that were actively endeavoring to rise Tiamat. There's a lot of items and stuff that were taken. We've been following them for a while.
the
Along
copper
way-
interrupts and says, "What kind of items?"
Well, that we're not exactly
People can't seem
sure.
to keep their fingers off
They've
my
been-
stuff.
I'm assuming maybe some of the items that you're looking for, but we've been hot on their trails and we've slayed several chromatic dragons along in our travels, hunting for them, trying to retrieve these stolen items, so that we can stop the rise of Tiamat. It is-
You had your fingers up, John.
Yeah, I was going to recommend to you guys, just to show them a little bit as to your dedication to the cause, that over the course of this adventure, there have been several people you've known that have lost their lives in the pursuit of ending this threat.
I guess I'm like one of the only original crew. And I tell them, hey, I'm one of the original crew that was sent to stop Tiamat. Since then, all of these traveling companions with you, they've all gone on in the cause of trying to defeat Tiamat. I am the only original group that was sent out originally. But
I
yes,
bow my head
they have
further.
given their lives for the cause, and rightly so, of stopping the rise of Tiamat.
Okay.
So we have willing to do and even lay down our lives to stop the rise of Tiamat.
Okay.
We understand that this threat not only affects your world, but it affects everyone, and it is of great importance that it is stopped.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You are addressed by the male bronze, John. He actually no, I'm not sure this. He addresses you through the spokesperson at this point.
Okay.
And he, how do I want to phrase this? asking you, since he knows you're part of the Order of the Gauntlet, he asks you if you know any of the party has been known to be troublesome outside of the cause.
Can I remember any specific examples?
Roll. This could be good or this could be bad.
19.
You would, but they are not currently present.
On a move fast on.
I can say with certainty that the surviving members of this group have not had any troublesome tales attributed to them.
Okay. So that is definitely going to be a good one in that regards. The Copper Dragon addresses Becca's character.
Copper? Okay.
And she states, I see you have one of my rods.
Nope.
I will pull it out. And I will walk up, place it down in front of her, and kind of just like bow a little bit as I'm walking back, and then stand up the rest of the way.
Okay. Okay.
Dragons are scary moments.
It's been being used in a good way.
Because actually you don't have anything left either, do you, Miguel?
I do. I have all my original stuff because I was the only one that had +3. All my accessories are all down there.
What do you have left that's yours is +3?
Plate mail, shield, and hammer. And I have a +1 staff of healing that I picked up on the last thing that I building, or the only of the items I was able to obtain from the last flooring.
She also notes that your shield also belongs to her as well.
Okay. Been keeping this in safekeeping, but I humbly ask if I can continue to use it to defeat the rise of Tiamat. And then after our mission is a success, I will gladly return it to you as it is right in the laws.
Okay. Okay.
Slowly just like looks at people.
Of course, you cannot tell an expression on Dragon's face. You will not be able to know whether or not that is the case.
Yeah, I'm kind of just
The
like-
gold addresses the health. You're being too quiet. Why are you so quiet?
I have nothing to say, my lord. I'm just here to witness.
Trying to steal something else from us, are you?
My lord, why would I have any need to steal anything from you when I have been blessed enough to be welcomed into the Copper clan? And I consider dragon kin my own.
You get a snort and probably a side jab and twisted draconic at this point. Something to the effect of, well, the coppers pretty much allow anyone in. With a retort back from her of something to, at least we actually like people.
Trying to like cough.
For some reason, the golds strike me as the wasps of the Dragon Council.
Yeah, so
White Anglo-Saxon Protestants.
He also
Super
states that he does
snobby
not
rich
see
people.
why he needs the human races to even help with this, as you guys are part of the problem anyways, considering that the current leader of the Cult of the Dragon is one of the Red Wizards. And a human at that.
So you would judge us all for the sake of one.
Well, one did steal the draconic. Yeah, I actually was right. Draco Rage Mithril from specifically one of you.
So then by that token, we should judge all dragons as evil because of your brethren.
Oh God. Oh God.
I mean, yes, it's oh god, but she makes a really good point.
She does. And internally, Soul Cleaver is both proud of her for making this point and having the courage to do it, and is internally screaming that they're all about to die.
The crimes of the few damn the many.
I like charisma to back it up and have intelligence to make the argument.
You really want to roll this against?
Oh, wow.
Shit. So which one am I rolling?
This would be intimidation, technically.
Why? It's a statement of fact.
Either way, it's a charisma roll.
My claim was a statement of fact too, but I had to roll.
Well, you know what? I'll take it as an intimidation roll then at that point. I at least get a bonus to that.
There you go.
17.
It didn't fail, so it's not going to work. His base stats are higher than that. Bonuses. He is still basically still pissed off in that regard.
As long as my patron isn't, I'm okay at the moment.
She did get somewhat protective of you, but she's still in that regard. Let's see. We have everyone.
Hey, I'm trying to be respectful.
Yes. By the way, anybody who's watching, this is out of character. It's not out of character. Karnos has definitely been, for the most part, quiet.
Of course, my patron's the one who was telling everybody you took my stuff.
Yep.
And we need cake.
You need cake. This would be a good pause point after this in regards to transitioning. Karnos does ask the Silver Dragon, does ask about Ron Anvil, and if he's willing to make amends. You would know who that. You get John. Your character would definitely know who he is.
Okay, who is he?
It's wearing technically Silver Dragon armor. He's technically wearing Silver Dragon armor.
No. I love silver dragons. They're awesome.
So if you'd be willing to make amends.
Give it back, probably.
Let's see. Have I had any communiques with him as to this?
You know he's extremely proud of the fact that he has Silver Dragon armor. He's a dwarf after all.
And therefore a greedy little bastard.
Honestly, said for honesty.
Unfortunately, from what I know of dwarves and his mannerisms, I'm not sure if amends are at the forefront of his mind, but I am more than willing to speak to him on this matter and see if he would be willing to make amends for his offenses.
You get a nod out of her, and that's what would be about it at this point. The Copper Patron still does request the shield. Keeping of said shield.
There's no way that they can be returned after our mission is complete. Is there any way that I can go to replace something like this?
Well, there are
Made it through many valiant battles. It has guarded me well, and sure it would help me greatly to stop the rise of Tiamat.
Gosh. There's so many things I want to do right now, but it's
And
such a bad
temporary.
idea.
This is just kind of wanting to educate him. Hard.
Person.
Okay.
It is I believe, a wisdom save on your part, difficulty 17.
21.
Okay, did not work.
Stop being a fool. Give them their shit.
Is there any way that I could replace this with something else?
Deal with what's in front of you at the moment.
I place my shield on the ground, or this shield on the ground. Can we have what is rightfully yours? I still respectfully see if I ask if I can replace it with something. Because obviously going into battle against what we're up against.
I will put my hand on his shoulder and these are not the people that you asked this of. Now stop.
Really
We'll
could use
figure it out later. I am so sorry. This is not your issue. He has returned your item. Please accept our apologies for the delay in that, and we will figure out our own problems.
Okay.
We got problems. I don't want
I'm still alive.
Your AC's not 27 anymore. Whoop-de-doo.
matters.
Yeah.
Do you want to make it out of here alive?
Just saying. I said respectfully. I did put the shield down.
I'll say,
It is
when
returned
you
to
say
you.
respectfully the first time and they still say no, and then you keep asking,
No, I
at that
returned-
point,
Respectful
The
conversation.
shield has been returned to you.
yeah, it has
Okay.
been.
I inquired where I could get a replacement.
Yeah, just
When you are then informed that the council will weigh in on what you guys have said, and you will then get the verdict tomorrow in that regards.
Okay.
So,
Like, oh man.
Girl. Yeah.
I will say once we are excused, my character will be like, "You were so lucky I didn't fireball your ass," and just whirl around and storm off.
Hey,
I'm not happy with you right now.
at this point, folk
Sorry,
leaders.
Miguel.
getting the shield back. I just
The full
asked where I
wings.
could find a replacement.
At this point, the full weight of what
It is a
folk
matter
leader is
of
going to
life and
have
death.
to deal with in the future is coming down on him,
okay.
and he just stands quietly outside of the council door for a moment before going, "Fuck, I need a drink." Going off to find a
Matter of life and death. I'm the original group.
Yeah.
They've all fallen before me.
And General Randa's quickly
They're all dead.
leaves
only
the
thing-
Look at the
council chamber.
bones!
Excuse me. The thing that I'm trying to make clear to you is that you don't ask these giant, powerful dragons something so
To replace
menial.
my shit.
It's not a shrug. It's we'll go talk to somebody else about it. They don't like us. Arguing with them about it is only going to make it worse.
When we leave, I want to see if I can.
Yeah, and it just hit me. I
how my
argued with
inquiry
the
into,
head of the gold dragon,
audiences.
so I beeline out.
You get the response to this due to the elf in your party. He's completely pissed and he will not take your audience.
Wow. That wasn't my choice, by the way. It was thrust upon me.
Yeah, I understand, but that is basically the word of mouth that comes down to what you actually going to actually take
None
down.
of the other dragons are
Old
gonna
rich
wanna
people
talk-
are seldom reasonable.
None of the other dragons are going to want to talk to him because
I'll
you
keep
whined
that in
about
mind
his shit.
Thank you.
It'll still be true.
Pretty much.
I never said it was always bad that they were unreasonable.
And I say we cut the cake.
All right.
All right, we're gonna cut the cake. We will. Oh, I need to use the bathroom. And so you know what? We'll put a 5-minute thing up really quick. If I can find any things here. All right, we will switch this over. And we'll be back in 5 minutes, guys. Turn on the mic. All right, everybody. Everybody is still grabbing refreshments. I do apologize. Wifey is playing alchemist and making drinks. We are having my cake, which is 3 giant cookies with icing in between them. Awesomeness. Buttercream at that.
You guys got your cake pieces?
Yep.
You get yours, John?
Huh? Oh, I forgot it, sorry.
Wow.
Thank God.
This is sugar.
It is.
Awesomeness, but sugar.
This is probably a little closer to an 8.
Closer to an 8. Okay.
Ended up doing half a shot too much on one.
Thanks
a
for
little better,
listening it out.
Tastes a little better though.
Definitely cuts the sugar of the cake. Okay. Future note, I think 1 cookie will be more than enough.
Well, I was just following that recipe.
I completely understand. We could have sugar high off this.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
That's total sugar high in every way, shape, matter, and form. And Mike is definitely working. That's good. All right.
This is like Cookie Monster Blue and everything.
Yep.
I
it
made
is.
everything on this. Down to the
Nice.
frosting.
Yeah, everything is made by the wifey. Oh. No. Never mind. You have to drive home eventually back up. So I was
She
gonna
can
say-
try a sip, but that won't kill her.
Okay.
A sip. Drinking it wouldn't be a good idea.
It's about an 8, by the way, on that scale.
Was aiming for a 6, but poured half a shot too much.
If you can't really tell the level on that
I
one.
taste a lot of the Sprite.
Yeah, but that's about an 8 on the alcohol content.
Oh boy.
Half that glass.
It's pure alcohol. Anyways. You guys are basically regrouped as you guys will be heading back to Waters Deep. Yes, Dara?
We're waiting for their verdict, aren't we?
Yes, you'll be regrouped though. But what?
Anybody want the extra pieces of cake?
Too much sugar for you? And she's nodding that it's too sugary.
Put it on my plate.
Wow.
Scrape the frosting off.
Whatever you don't want, I'll take it. It's all right.
Just give him the plate then, Dara, if you're done.
You know what I'm
Oh.
One hug going once, going twice, sold.
Alright. Yeah, that is.
I will make it without the frosting this time.
I think just a big cookie on its own would have been awesome. Maybe cook the
Just a little bit on the edge.
yeah. But that is
But you know what we experienced? True cookie cake.
true
A
cookie cake.
3-tier cookie cake.
A 3-tier cookie cake. You can't beat that. All right.
It actually doesn't taste bad, but you do have to like scrape off at least one layer of frosting to not want to choke on it. Cookie turned out
A
awesome. though.
bronze representative will be delivering you guys a message. You guys are regrouped for your travel home to Waters Deep. They will be providing you with basically a rune of teleportation to basically send your group back in regards to the travel time.
Okay.
Surprisingly enough, the representative of the bronze is actually an actual humanoid. He is not actually a bronze.
Mhm.
He goes, so you guys just flew, man. You guys would have such an honor because Karnos was the one that delivered the message. She was going to fly you here. That would have been so awesome. I was so jealous when I heard you guys were going to get to do that. You guys didn't even get to do that. You kind of see a little geek factor going off.
We did fall through space-time for approximately 2 days, though.
2 weeks for us.
2 weeks for us. Mm-hmm.
But hiding on the back of the Silver Dragon.
You're not wrong. That would have been really cool. But we've seen some stuff.
I've seen some stuff. You can't unsee.
My mind would not fathom the void and the empty, like just really going into that.
And he just sucking it all in. It is basically you guys did successfully get 3 of the 5.
3 of the 5.
Hey, majority. Not something, right?
Yep.
Yep, doesn't have to be unanimous.
Didn't get gold, I can already tell.
Yes. Gold.
Gold's in.
Now that in Canada
Like,
and curling,
Before I finish off anything, like anyone within earshot, and then I quietly whisper, "What Gold's ass?"
Dragons have excellent hearing, by the way.
Well, I would make sure I wasn't taking around any of them.
Well on
I
our
think you were
way.
the only one that noticed that joke, Amy.
Yeah. You basically got the brass, the copper, and bronze. Silver remained indifferent because you couldn't directly guarantee reparations were being made.
Yeah, unfortunately, I cannot speak for other individuals.
Completely understand. So that's where having advantage of actually having dwarves in your party for this particular encounter is actually helpful.
Yeah, unfortunately, he was killed by an angry flute. The fickle finger of God, as it were.
Yes, the fickle
By
finger
the
of God
way,
from the flute.
Why couldn't
I
the,
still have the flute.
I was just gonna say, why couldn't the flute be one of the items that they needed back?
You never know.
Because I have a sneaking suspicion nobody wants that goddamn thing.
Because the copper thing doesn't like bards, so why the fuck would she want a flute?
Yes, why would it be part of her horde? So yeah, you got those. In regards to their, basically will attempt to aid you as much as they possibly can, though Bronze still needs to actually be able to have seen some of your actual deeds happen. He's only gotten them through basically word of mouth, therefore he still wants to actually see something of it. John, your character is basically given a scry stone,
Okay.
so that the bronze patron can basically make sure you guys are actually worthy. But for the most part, he was friendly to begin with, so you guys didn't have too much going after you for that one. Becca, you are given a package that is sealed with draconic seals, so it'll take you a little bit to unlock. It
Oh, I'm supposed to unlock it?
Yeah, you're given a package, and he said, this is a gift, and he goes, this is what she does to bards, by the way, so just try. You eventually will get it. This is her idea of a joke.
I like a good joke.
So she does give you a package in regards to that. It is draconic. It does make your little chests you had before look like child's play puzzles. Yeah.
I'm going to be very quiet for a lot of this trip.
As you try to basically...
It's a +5 kazoo.
And I can get my hands on the zoos too. If I realized I was keeping the flute, I would have brought my flute.
Oh man, I wonder if we could 3D print. Okay, my character's proficient in the pan flute. I'm wondering if we could 3D print a pan kazoo.
Why?
God.
Because I can.
You got access to 3D printer?
I know there's one in town that you can actually send schematics over and then pay them to print it out for you.
Oh, really cool.
Cool.
I've debated on getting one just because, but it's about the $400 range. So
Yeah.
Ching.
I actually want to upgrade my computer before that happens.
I also think I might know someone on the first floor of East Hall who has a 3D printer. So I
And
need to
there are
double check
actually
with her.
3D printers at school.
Hey,
You just got to be in the engineering group to actually get access to them.
I'm in the engineering group.
You.
I got to work with
Frosted
3D printers.
Cinnamon
here.
Bar.
Who all? Anybody have any bow proficiencies?
Bow?
I'm proficient with a bow. It's just I don't have a high dex score, so I can't use the damn thing very well.
Crossbow and longbow.
Hang on a second. Because I lost everything.
She's got a +3 modifier to her dex, so.
Yeah.
I'm apparently a really eclectically weird.
Yes.
I'm starting to think that I like shooting firebolts this way.
Yeah.
Is this a long? We're talking longbow?
Longbow.
Oh, okay. So, all
Yeah.
simple weapons, so not a longbow.
You can't do longbow. Okay. Amy, you are given from your patron 3 arrows. You can try to identify them now if you wish, or spend the time at a later date to figure out what they are.
Okay. I'm flagging that they need identified.
Okay. And what did you have again for your armor, John?
I got +2 plate.
Upgrade that to lightning resistance plate.
Ooh. Okay. Nice. Works for me.
That will be coming from your patron.
At some point, I would be asking you questions about your life, and then at another point, I would just stop. I have a feeling that's how that would go down.
Yeah. That's if I choose to actually
and
answer.
as for the brass
Honestly.
dragon, you guys do receive a charge that you guys guarantee the masks are actually destroyed.
Say that one more time, please.
The brass dragon,
Mhm.
the one who asked you about the masks, is basically you charging you guys to guarantee that the masks, once this is done with, have been destroyed. So what happened the last time you just chipped a mask? He's asking for them to be destroyed. Made sure they are destroyed and not basically put back in
Right.
possession of.
So we would develop a long pulley system, but stand back about a mile away, drop a giant rock on it, and watch it
Or we
explode.
ask people who are knowledgeable in arcane magic and tell them we will only get help from the dragons if those are destroyed.
There you go.
And then they figure out how to destroy them.
This is very much the case.
We have to have evidence, or at least be witnesses to them being destroyed, because we can't just say, "Hey, they did it."
Yeah, that's
You know,
true.
So,
That's true.
So that works. All right, so you guys will take the teleportation room back to Waters Deep. You guys can deliver said report. Definitely makes the council a little bit more happy of Waters Deep.
3 out of 5.
John, your character has definitely joined the group at this point and has been assigned to them.
Okay.
You are going to be the eyes and ears of the Order of the Gauntlet for the group, as in you're actually seeing if they're actually doing what they say they're doing. Order of the Gauntlet's a little suspicious to this point.
Okay.
I owe you a drink.
I could use that.
All right.
I take him to that one pub,
Mm-hmm.
where I was helping bring in lots of, so we
Mhm.
get the whole cheers, like, hey!
Mm-hmm.
And I,
You going for the drink?
yeah, buy him a drink.
Are you going to tell the bartender for the drink?
Yes.
All right, John. Get your first glass.
Okay.
Cheers, buddy.
As she takes a swig.
Oh, I did not order that for myself.
As you take a swig. Yeah, obviously.
It's not poison.
And John is diligently taking care of his stat sheet.
I'm still trying to figure out how to list this in this system. The 5th edition SRD is a pain in the ass sometimes.
Okay. But you have been given a said drink in front of you.
Alright, I will cautiously take a sip.
Constitution saving throw. This is the training This is the training alcohol.
Yeah, well, this dude's no Worthix, so. Just saying. 16.
Wow.
That's not bad.
No, it's definitely not bad. You definitely know it's a good drink. Surprisingly, you're still on your feet. That being said, you do have somewhat of a replacement for available to you, Miguel.
Okay.
It was waiting in your quarters for you.
Alright.
Dimension-wise, it's going to be the same as your last shield.
Okay.
It is only a +1 in this case. But it has 3 extra. You are a cleric, correct?
I am.
You have 3 extra holy symbols embedded in it,
Okay.
which is unusual.
Interesting. Is there any special properties? Can I get it identified? See if it does anything?
The normal people who do identification don't want to touch it with a 10-foot pole.
Really?
One guy goes to pick it up, sees the 3, and he goes, "Yeah, the last. Oh yeah, no, it's a good one.
It's
No.
a good one.
Not gonna touch that."
Wait, what?
He's off getting a replacement.
He basically had a replacement waiting for him when he got back. But when he tries to get identified as to what it is, everybody doesn't want to touch it. And they look at you and they're like, "Cleric, right?
It's got
Good,
3 holy
good.
symbols embedded in it.
Good for you."
I'll be looking for a replacement rapier. Nothing special, just so I can hack.
Easily obtained. It's going to cost you. What level are you looking for? Regular, or are you looking for at least
Oh, I was
+1?
just looking for a regular one. If I'm hitting
Really
things
looking for a
first,
regular one?
Given where we're at,
Yeah.
you're going to want at least a +1.
Okay.
Because a lot of things aren't harmless unless it's a magical item.
The salesperson basically upsells me. I'm like, you make a good point, good sir.
Alright, we can roll this. Alright, you come in.
Mm-hmm.
You give it that. Okay. What is your roll on you're asking for?
Is this a straight roll based on charisma?
Just a straight roll.
No, gosh, 3.
You're looking for a good sword.
Yep. Good rapier. I don't want any of the
Good rapier.
slashing.
Mention money if you need to.
Your group would have made
Okay.
enough note in town
I'd
that
be fine.
he knows that you're in somebody's pocket in the council because you get to go there a lot, so you obviously have to have money. He definitely tries to get you the upsell, and he does have 3 rapiers. He does have one that looks like it's definitely well done. Some silver work on it, things of nature, so it's a little bit more spiffy, you know, kind of that nature. That'd be the base one that he's trying to show you. Couple other ones have way more grading. One's just, you know, when people gold and diamond everything, there's one of those. You're a lady, you know, pretty diamonds, gold. He's definitely got that one out there for you. And he does have one. While it is decorative to a certain extent, also has runes embedded on the blade.
Do I recognize any of the runes?
Go for it.
Natural 18.
She was allowed to.
I know Draconic Elven.
You have comprehend languages though too, don't you?
She does, she just doesn't use it as when she's looking at it at this point.
Gotcha.
It is definitely, they're not harmful runes, definitely beneficial runes. You do realize that they do slowly change as they are there, so they're not going to be an easy read. Probably take you a bit to do it.
Awesome.
But what you did,
Yay! Tova!
Tova with 22 viewers. Thank you, Tova. And welcome everybody to D&D with the Chosen Ones. We are actually getting to RP for a little bit tonight, which is kind of hilarious considering we usually dive into battle for everything.
Yep.
Yeah. So that being said, you know it's a very good sword. Definitely better than one that's a little bit silver inlay, and it probably has something very beneficial at this point. He is obviously trying to push you to the full upsell of the gold and diamond encrusted one, because I mean, what lady wouldn't like gold and diamonds? I'm trying to downplay the other two, obviously.
Plenty of ladies don't like golden diamonds. Thank you very much.
Back on the bling.
He's trying to do the upsell. The basic one that is obviously decently well made, got a little bit of inlay. And we got
Missed the B-Day stream yesterday.
Alright, thank you for the bits, Tova. I missed the birthday stream yesterday. No worries, man. All good. Gonna run you about 50 plat for that. Just because of the current atmosphere, obviously, in town. The one above it with the runes, he is asking 200.
200 plat?
200 plat.
Oh, wait. What's the conversion from...
From gold to plat.
Yeah.
It is 10 gold per plat.
I only have 500 plat.
Seriously? After everything?
I've thrown lots of money at
I'll
stuff.
say we did lose all of our gear and had to replace
She
it.
kind of had
Dave.
to spend the majority of her plat on that
So-
cursed ass
So
flute.
he sits there and he tries to upsell me the gold diamond one, and I just kind of turn to him, and I start casually talking about some of the dragons that we've encountered, and I don't want to be too much of a target, kind of being wishy-washy about that.
Okay.
And then I have something else in mind, but I'm going to see how that works with him. Hookers and
Becca?
blackjack.
Okay.
Yes. Oh boy. I don't know what that means. I don't know if that's good for me. That's probably not
Oh
good
God,
for
it's
me.
blinking, isn't
It's
it?
blinking.
That's not good.
That's never good.
Terrible
Okay.
effect.
He will understand okay, so you've been definitely fighting more dragon fighting. Yes, having gold and diamonds are technically making you more of a target. He is then definitely trying to get you to buy the good one. The previous owner of it traded it in to upgrade to a two-handed, basically equivalent of claymore with similar stuff on it. And he was also an adventurer who was also working for the council. So the person that turned it in was still alive when he turned it in.
Okay.
He is definitely trying to sell it to you, though.
The good one without the runes.
The good one without the runes.
Okay, well.
Sorry, I had to approve that for some reason, John.
Yeah, I know. I saw.
Because you used the word hookers. And blackjack.
So did Tova, and he didn't get. Oh, he is a mod. That's why. Now I realize it.
Pretty sure I could have used the word hookers to have been just fine.
I'll then try for the angle of I'm very popular with many of the council members.
Roll that bluff.
Oh, God.
I could potentially work in a favor for your particular establishment.
Okay. And Tova goes, I'm an adult and allowed hookers. Try.
Oh my God!
Oh crap!
What'd you roll?
Completely sees through your eyes.
Oh my god!
Liar!
He kicks you out of the store.
Oh.
I tried. Okay.
He basically at this point doesn't believe you're actually one of the adventurers. You can't be possibly with that kind of lying to his
I
face.
know, right?
No way. No way you're part of that crew.
I would say my confidence is shot, but then I touch the flute and I'm like, no, let's try the next place.
I'm
I
being
got
modded
this
again,
bitch.
Odd.
Oh my
Sorry, I won't talk about hookers after this, but I just thought it was a funny statement.
Alright. We get a sand trombone also in chat.
Is that like green apple or something?
Nope.
Can't place it.
Like it,
You
don't
like
like
it?
Sorry,
it.
yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah, I got to name that one even though I didn't make it.
The alcohol has a bite on the back, but
Not a steep bite.
yeah, not yeah.
So considering what she gave me, yours is about the same. Alcohol content wise. You will be able
Mine
to,
just
for
passed for
75
soda.
purchase a +1 rate rate another.
Okay. 75 flat. Okay.
Yep. But it will definitely hurt your
Yeah.
costs in those regards. Alright. So,
You have identify, don't you, Becca?
Other bard.
other bard has money.
Damn it! I will identify.
Alright, Miguel, what are we doing in town?
Bunch of cowards. I'm going to finish my menial supplies and stuff like that as far as my backpack. And I think I'm going to get a telescope.
Telescope?
Yeah.
I think a spyglass is like 1,000 GP.
1,000? I know.
Yep.
So
100 plat.
Fork over 100 platinum gems.
Alright.
Spyglass. Yes.
By the way, I love the picture of this episode. Basically, a guy in chains being put into a Cthulhu-like chamber as he's struggling against it. Let's just say the Fae are involved.
See if I can find any more potions of
Wow.
strength.
You're not going to find any of those at this point.
Huh?
Too many of the adventurers at this point have been buying them out at too high of a rate of replenishment at this point.
Gotcha.
One of the things you guys will be updated on is probably half of the landscape at this point has been pretty much devastated by the chromatics. At this point, they are wreaking havoc everywhere. A little out of character knowledge, but I don't mind giving to you. If you had run on the dragon, you would have seen this devastation. I mean, scorched earth in a lot of places. So
Wow.
we are getting very, very close.
All the more reason to go to the bars and lift everyone's spirits.
You will probably go ahead and give me a roll on performance.
I'm going to replace my hempen rope with silk. I'm going to upgrade it.
Okay.
Much better. 32.
Jesus.
I know.
I'm going to pick up a light crossbow
I'm
because I
gonna
lost all of that stuff.
sad not playing a bard because I like being a skill junkie.
Yes. 32. You will definitely pull in a very good performance night. The bar is very happy with your performance. You actually got to have a couple of probably of the direct council family involved in the performance in regards to them in the audience. So alcohol was definitely flowing in more ways than one.
And when she starts playing her lute or ukulele or whatever your bard actually plays,
Kazoo.
he won't be looking for any donations or anything, but just for fun, he'll probably join in on his pan flute.
Oh yeah, we're gonna like
Roll
be
your
playing on
performance.
each other. Oh, this is gonna be great.
25.
Nice.
All right.
New band member.
You band member, back up. You got it.
Yep. So this giant hulking creature that looks like he's about ready to go to war just pulls out a pan flute and starts putting out little tunes.
Little tunes
Yeah.
for that. With that being said, your cut from the bar, because they were willing to give you a cut at this point because they've had an awesomely wonderful night, will be 400 plat apiece.
Oh my gosh.
Holy shit. All right. Fuck.
That was your cut, just to put it that way, you guys. What
Jeez. The hell?
due to your performance and bringing everybody in, and people got in such good spirits, and you had high-ranking people there just basically tossing money.
Damn. This town
So-
loves a good bard performance.
Well, I guess the hookers made it count.
God.
Yes, I
So
went
where
there.
are you in all of this, my dear?
Oh me, I'm probably contemplating my navel knowing my luck.
Okay. Well, are you going to contemplate your navel, or are you going to do anything specific?
Let's see, probably broke knowing my luck. Didn't include money.
It should have put money on there.
I don't have that info on my sheet.
Weird, that is. Really
Other
odd.
bard.
Can't you
Well,
change
I
that
only
to
have
us?
2
Or
pages.
until the
It's
next
usually
one?
like
At
6.
levels,
The
yes.
third, it should be on that page technically, but there's nothing about money on that page.
Nope.
The other page, it was completely blank, so that was the other part. Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm just sitting in the back of that bar watching them do whatever the shit they're doing while contemplating my navel.
Given the current funness of the atmosphere and everything that's flowing, you would have probably easily gotten well entertained in regards to drinks. Yeah, I would say you definitely get hit home.
Fuck.
Find some
You
other
will
continent.
definitely have multiple invites of joining in said frivolity and other things going on in that regards. You will probably easily, intentionally or unintentionally, end up with about 50 plat by the end of the night, just because people are leaving money just sitting there when they walk away from the table that's in front of you.
Okay, so so apparently pickpocket the skill.
Something like that.
Well, sleight of hand is.
Sleight of hand is definitely a skill in that regards. Alright. After a night of very much funness, you guys will be called to council. Actually, we'll give it a day or two afterwards just to make sure hangovers aren't in place. Because that was quite a party. You basically get explained to you that Severin, the current leader of that's trying to bring the Order team back, enlisted the Thayan exiles in helping with the return. They are the Red Wizards, by the way.
Fuck the Red Wizard.
Of course they are.
Okay. The Red Wizards are the actually exiles that fled from their homeland.
And now we know one of the main leaders was the human Red Wizard, not the cultist.
They fled from basically their leader who turned into a lich. And they'd rather be alive than dead.
Yeah, it's probably a good choice that they made.
14 to kind of know where red wizards generally are on the spectrum of good versus evil. Have I heard more evil deeds done by them, mowing down children?
Sacrificing goats.
Do they have a propensity for slaying the younglings?
I don't know, I'm picturing Saruman the White.
Hopefully you guys can actually see this. Kind of, sort of. Not really. This is the picture.
Looks suitably sinister.
Oh!
Oh, yeah.
I don't think I like them being here.
Interesting.
Oh wait, the Red Wizards of Fae.
Yes.
They assholes.
We might not want to do this, but we also might not have a choice. So.
Not exactly have a choice on this one. Becca, to answer your question, definitely exiles. You know, the actual non-exiles ones tend to stray into the very dark end of the pool.
Okay.
There have been occasionally Red Wizards that have been good, if you want to call it that, but for the most part, they usually are not.
We're not going to ask them for help destroying anything.
You sure? I'm probably sure they're pretty good at destroying stuff.
They are
More
actually...
likely to take it for themselves.
Kind of point there.
That's when you gotta be sneaky.
The one thing that you guys are... Nice there on the chat by Suze. The one interesting aspect of this is that the council has been approached by one of the Red Wizards. He is asking that you guys do meet with said Red Wizard. And that was a follow. Thank you very much for the follow. And the proposition that he's propositioning is the enemy of my enemy.
Oh, Not Nash has also joined the Shortstrom family.
Yes, he has. Both of them have. Awesome. Dog bark? Okay, that must be what the kids are watching out there. The Red Wizard is Nye. NYH. He has extended the invitation to send an envoy to them to discuss the ways in which the Fae and the Sword Coast, which is pretty much everybody at this point, might aid each other during this crisis, because it's the exiles of the Fae that are helping the cult. So, enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Exiles of the Fae. Oh my god.
Well, let's be realistic. It's my enemy is still my fucking enemy.
I wonder what it takes. It's got to be really bad to be an exile of the Fae.
It takes a lot to get exiled.
Bad and worse.
Pretty much.
This is as bad as you can go. We don't even like to
He
associate ourselves with
has basically given the equivalent of a magical promise that the envoy will be able to return unharmed. So you've got that much going for you at this point.
Yeah, but dealing with these guys versus the exiles is burning your hand and deciding if you should quench it in lemon juice or salt.
Or acid.
Either way, it
Or
could
battery
definitely be
hacks.
fun in that regard. You basically will get to travel to the embassy that they do have. They do have an official embassy in regards to that. It is quite a ways from Waters Deep, but you guys will basically be able to travel there. You guys have about 2 weeks of travel before you actually get there.
Not sleeping in the inn anymore. You know what happened last time that happened? Never again.
Not all ends, okay, Miguel?
We're in the middle of town.
Sitting
God,
there,
thank you.
as we're traveling as much as I can, I'm working on the thing that the dragon gave me.
Okay.
Can I attempt to make a roll?
Yes, you can.
Is it intelligence?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, crap. Aha! 7.
You get one of them. And there's 5.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, that's something. In
Yep.
2 weeks.
That was first week, so you'll get one more chance here in a sec.
Okay.
So you can do any better. You are informed due to the natures of what the Fae are and their normal interaction with Sword Coast. You will definitely, when talking to the emissaries of the Fae, be in a zone of truth.
We will be in a zone of truth?
As long as it goes both ways.
Councilman that's telling you guys all this and what you guys will be doing is nodding like he knows what he's talking about. One thing that the council and that the Fae have imposed to the council is the fact that if they are able to disrupt the exiles, the Red Wizards, which are the exiles, you will definitely greatly impact the possibility of the return of Tiamat herself. And they, due to her charisma, pretty much convinced the majority of the council that what they were saying is correct in their being exactly and totally honest. Yes, we're all doomed.
Watch the world burn.
Pretty much. The Fae is an isolated and arid, windswept plateau 2,500 miles east of Waterdeep. You are given a few teleportation to make it a little bit less than 2 weeks, so otherwise you're already traveling for quite a while. Go ahead and roll again before we get to the...
9.
9.
Yeah.
I'll let you get 2 more.
Oh, okay, cool.
2 out of 5.
2 out of 5.
Sorry, 3 out of 5. Sorry, we got 2 more, so 3 out of 5.
Gotcha.
Okay.
3 out of 5.
Okay. The dark sky is constantly clouded by volcanic ash. This land is defined by the prevalence of undead within its borders. After all, technically the leader is a lich.
Oh, how lovely.
That should tell you all you need to know about the Red Wizards right there.
Yeah. Everyone of consequence in Fae is most likely a spellcaster, and necromancers are extremely common. Undead servants are everywhere.
Sweet cleric, turn undead.
Permanent scowl on my face as we're just like watching all of this. I'm like,
My specialty.
Though surprisingly, the actual army itself, while it is technically undead, actually has free thought.
Interesting. Sounds really true and more. Explode.
You are definitely given the be paranoid as fuck advice while traveling.
I will take that to heart.
And definitely in that regards. The Harpers will be the ones equipping you for the journey.
Really?
You are also all given warrants to basically say that you are representatives of Waterdeep,
Okay.
just in case some lobby, somebody might think
Challenges are.
challenge your guys is that.
Okay.
Air Lanthar of the Harpers is the one who gives these to you. You are also under the protection of the Ward's Alliance as well as the Harpers in your travels, so you basically got that. And their people are everywhere, so it should not be that hard. So, you guys will arrive ratherly refreshed per se, other than paranoia.
This journey sucks.
The Nest Watch Keep, where you guys will be going to, is under the command, and you would have known this probably with everything you could prep with this for. Their Cohen Esmeralda Yeth. She has been the Tharkonian of this place for nearly a century. And the fortress itself, you guys will actually be assigned to very luxurious individual rooms. You guys will definitely not be in a party. You guys will each have your own separate rooms.
Oh boy.
Though the doors themselves have no locks on them.
No rocks. Interesting.
Nye, the representative that made this request, informs you all that they are definitely and completely safe within inside the keep, and they should definitely not have any fears from anybody interfering with them.
So do these doors have like more knobs on them, or something like I could brace a chair under until they...
No,
Do you have arcade lock?
Smoky curtains.
Damn it.
Pretty much.
for the most part, well, you yourself have not met the Tharkonian herself. Pretty much everything is an undead servant for the most part from here. Other than Nye and at this point as well. However, the level of food and everything else you guys are being given is the equivalent of, I think it's the 2 flat a day lifestyle. I mean, you guys are living high.
Crap.
In regards to what they're making, particularly sure.
Well, someone's trying to be impressive.
Landing on a little bit thick here.
I don't trust opulence.
I was gonna say they might be landing on a little thick here.
The day after you guys arrive, you will be escorted into the, I guess you could call it a throne room, but she's not a lord or something that affects, so it's not
Audience
a
room or whatever.
audience. Esmeralda is there. She is human.
Really?
Perception for everybody in the party.
Century and she's human. Miss my eagle eyes really badly.
18.
13.
You have
20.
to roll one die like the rest of us mortals,
I
Miguel.
know. It sucks being here more.
John, Amy, you will realize she is vampire.
Damn. Knew there's something off.
Well, only if they tell us.
Along with her are 10 other obvious casters, as well as 4 whites, as they call them, which are basically the undead soldiers, but they have a free month.
So I'm looking at my party. Realize doesn't see it. I glance at him. None. Okay, we both know we noticed.
Esmeralda reviews your warrants that have been given to you briefly, and then addresses the group. We find ourselves bound in common cause against common enemies. Those who sought to destroy us in ages past now seek to destroy you. Our thirst for vengeance is strong, as is your thirst for continued life.
I'm not doing this at her, but that's my
Oh, God.
Exposition, Amy. We have the proper appreciation for it.
Our enemy has become your enemy. We know their weaknesses and the ways of destroying them forever without destroying their usefulness. You have the opportunity to discover their hiding places in your struggle against their cult allies. Together, we can remove them as a threat to us both. Our agent and I will return you to your Waterdeep, there to serve as our liaison to your council. What you learn of the enemy, she will relay to us by means of our own. You need only find the enemy. We will deal with them in our customary fashion. I am authorized by our eternal master, Sazas Tom, which is the Lich, to say these things, for I act in his name. And she then basically stops and basically is waiting for your guys' response.
Alright, so boiled down, the job is essentially find these guys and report back.
Should I select
Much.
Well, their customary fashion is the law of the land, so... I mean, it does get rid of a potential thorn in our side.
Sorry, she's referring to the cultists, correct? Okay.
The cultists are being aided by the exiles from Thing.
Right.
I mean, I'm fine with the job.
I just want to know what's in
But
it for them.
then again, I have been sent to assist you two, so the decision
Oh,
is yours.
you are in our group now.
I just want to know what's in it for them.
Do you want
Why
to
does
ask
they
the
want us
question?
to do away with it? They just want us to report.
Yeah, actually, I do.
I mean, cultists live, especially even
How do you
cultists that
address
get
her?
kicked out of a cultist group. Someone's correct against me. Cultists live.
Apparently not very respectfully.
This will be fun.
Let's hear it.
So, I think we get the gist of what the heck you want, but what the hell's in it for you? You're saying it's all about us, but what's in it for you?
We finally get to remove the thorn that has been plaguing us for the last century.
Plaguing you how?
She will then go into a long, drawn explanation, seemingly truthful as possibly can be, that basically the exiles basically were trying to revolt and basically wreaked havoc. While they were able to put down what was here, the exiles escaped and therefore are still basically doing guerrilla warfare from afar. Any other questions? And do you accept this assignment?
The assignment being, we find the
Locate them and turn
cultists.
back to you.
Do you just want to talk for me?
Sorry.
That we find the cultists and report them to you. Good enough that far, we accept.
Everybody do a charisma check.
Ooh, 23. Oh, sorry, it's much more than that.
4.
27.
7.
17.
Yeah, I already know I'm scored.
Basically, all the bonuses you would have had on this, you negated it with how you addressed her. By the way, Amy.
Oh, I kind of figured.
For the most part, she will basically accept that the only person she considers of any worth at this point is Becca's character.
Just Becca kissed ass.
Did I?
Yes, you did.
Pretty much. I'm not happy with this.
Yeah.
Okay, do you want to go find the cultists yourselves?
No, I'm
Just
saying
send
that out of
reporting
character.
back
Yeah,
into
out of character.
leaving
You totally
evil
understand.
cultists.
I made sure I
outside.
said that out of character.
Gotcha.
Kiss that.
I won't be saying it in their presence, but as we leave, when we leave, I'll make sure that I'm not really happy with leaving. Hey, locate him and leave the evil cultists alone.
Then again, I don't think Becca realized
We're
what
not
she
leaving
just
the
agreed
evil
to.
cultists alone. We're
Probably
allowing
not.
this numerically superior force to come down upon them with all the anger and rage that has been built up over the last
so
century.
they say.
Pretty much to that effect.
Trust me, if they were working with the cultists
I
and
need
nothing
to
was going to happen, they
ask
wouldn't
you
have
a
bothered
question
to
here
hire
just
us.
because I'm trying to remember all aspects. Goliaths, do they need sleep? I'm assuming yes.
They do, yes.
Okay. Dragonborn, yes.
I believe so, yeah.
Elves don't technically need it. Which
I need
is
4 to recover my spells and stuff, but
correct.
I will cast aid before I do the last 4 hours of my sleep.
Okay.
So that way, the first 4 hours of our journey, everyone will have 25, 25,
You guys
25, and I'll
basically
have
being
20.
told you'll be sent back tomorrow. You guys are going to basically have another night in the castle and at the hospitality of her at this point. For the most part, no other response was actually in regards to any of the other casters with her. Definitely was not anything obviously hostile from them all. It's more of, it's definitely her entourage. All right.
So 25 hit points you guys have at the start of our journey. I'll be doing that each
So,
night.
Amy, since you don't require sleep technically as an elf, you get to have fun and watch while everybody else has fun. They all get to basically get affected by dream spells.
Shit.
John,
Yes.
wisdom saving throw.
Ten.
Okay. Becca, wisdom saving throw.
16.
Yeah.
17.
Okay. We will start with John.
All right.
All right. Oh, I forgot to mention you're supposed to have disadvantage on that throw, but none of you guys made it anyway, so that's completely fine. That would have probably been your better rolls anyways.
Let's find out. Yes. Because wisdom saving throws suck. Unless I'm casting the spell and it's every other creature, and then it's suck for me.
John,
Yeah.
you feel paralyzed. Perception. You obviously went to sleep, but you feel paralyzed.
20 total.
You seem to be bound within a mystical cauldron among animated chains and tentacles.
This isn't the usual way this stream goes.
Wow, you are a twisted bastard.
There are at least
Your
a
kink knows
dozen
no bounds.
red wizards.
Uh-huh.
By the way, this will be the start of this. All goes for the same for all of you in this regards. Who are observing while 3 or more of the wizards are directly interrogating you. Their initial question is, we have further questions for you.
And you had to tie me up naked inside of a cauldron to ask them. All right. I'm not one to kink shame, but go ahead.
Oh, John, I love you for just
Baby,
totally
run with
twisting
it.
this on their head. All right. So,
And we didn't get a chance to tell you because we were staring.
so for that response, charisma check.
Oh, shit. 18.
Okay.
So I'm kind of just stuck watching this.
No, you're not sleeping, so therefore you're not involved. You're You're in your room.
Oh, okay.
Everybody else went to sleep. You technically don't have to sleep. Therefore, you cannot be affected by dream spells.
So,
You're basically having a night of peaceful enjoyment, curled up with all the funness that's in the room and just
Eating chocolate and
decadence and everything else.
got it. I'm having a good night. There's socks.
The chains and tentacles slightly tightened, but with no more direct pain in that regard. You are asked with your initial question, what do you know of the cult? Another charisma check.
21 this time.
The second charisma check?
Yeah.
No,
Another one?
There's two of them.
20 total.
20 total. Okay. You're doing pretty good on this.
Yeah.
Alright. So, explain.
Alright.
Definitely an interrogation, so go ahead and say it as you want.
Alright. Well, what I know of, as far as the cult is concerned, is that their main goal is to awaken Tiamat, who will then proceed to pretty much destroy the world. All of these chromatic dragons and the destruction they're wreaking seem to point to this fact as well. They use magic, they use dragons, they're generally dickheads. That's most of what I know about the cult. I also know that they're headed up by a certain number of worm speakers who have these masks that are used to summon Tiamat.
Wow, just laid out on your first answer. So much fun.
His flaw is his loose tongue often lands him in trouble because he tends to speak his mind. And then one of his personality traits is gossip. If people are willing to gossip, I will listen and can't resist spreading information that as far as I can.
Oh!
So that's basically what he knows about the cult. He sees no harm in releasing this information. He was not told not to speak of it.
And even if he was, he's under suggestion.
And yes, BP says tentacles. Love it.
Yeah.
What is your intention should you find us?
Oh, you guys are the cultists. Okay, sorry.
2 charisma checks.
9 and 14.
They seem to grant great pleasure as you basically have pain rack your body twice. You now have a -4 on charisma checks.
Ow. Okay.
Yes, we are them, and what are you planning to do?
Stop you guys, really.
2 more charisma checks.
Alright. 13 and 6.
Okay. You will spend the majority of the night, because you basically blabbed everything out at the beginning before it should have been multiple questions. You just blabbed it. You will wake up. You will take a total of 35 psychic damage upon waking. Usually the next morning kind of a thing. You will have a direct fitful night. You will not have any successfully had a long rest. And while you take the psychic damage, the sheets will be soaked with what looks like blood, though you have no visible wounds on you. Becca's turn.
Awesome.
That also means I'm only down 10 because of the aid thing that he cast.
I understand.
So,
I understand.
Your maximum is still
Now-
the same, so you can be held up to that.
There will be an outcome in regards to what happens when you all wake up in regards to the events of the night. So, you find yourself in said tentacle chains, as BP like to put it.
Oh
And the
boy.
first questions will be, what do you know of the cult?
Should I roll first? Okay, 2 charismas.
So your first one is technically a persuasion, and then a deception. That they're countering, basically.
Persuasion and then deception.
So in regards, yeah. So they are countering with they are countering your persuasion to see if you're actually convincing,
Okay.
and then they are doing a charisma check also with you to see if you're being deceitful. So
Gotcha.
that's why there's 2 charisma checks.
Gotcha. Okay. Oh, shit. 15.
The first one?
Yeah, and that's with a 2. Oh my gosh. Alright, second one, deceit. 16. So they asked me what I know about the cultists.
Mm-hmm.
You're asking the wrong person, you crackers. I apparently can't come to say actual words.
I love the commentary we got going in chat. That's hilarious. What's up, Ellie?
Oh,
JB.
man.
I'm taking a look at you.
Glare back.
You can glare back. Okay. Why did you visit the Draconian? Another set of
Okay.
checks.
First one. Oh, that's better. 22.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Okay.
Frankly, it's none of your damn business. And if you really wanted to know from me, this is not the goddamn way to find out. As I'm like trying to, and I can't. I'm just like,
Yeah.
I'm getting just super mad right now. Oh,
all right. Yes.
Welcome, Australian Ox, to the family.
Yep.
You are
Yep.
now doomed.
Yes. Very much so. They think about their next question. So you have no free will of your own. You only spout what is given to you. Once again, you get a roll.
I have the perfect response for this. 15. Another 20.
15 and that one.
You're absolutely correct. I have no choice whatsoever. I do as I'm told. If I could actually flip them off.
Your hand might
The number
technically be
between
free in there
1
somewhere.
and 1.
Yeah. Somehow she manages to wiggle her hand like that's in disguise.
Man. I'm gonna go well when I wake up. Trust me, guys. In which case, I apologize in advance.
Then tell us your orders of what you are doing here, since you follow so blindly.
30 on the first one.
Okay.
Another
What the hell?
20.
Why can't you roll like this when you attack?
You have rolled 8 natural 20s this evening. I've been counting.
Oh my god!
It's insane.
On a non-combat night so far, you're rolling 20s out the backside.
Obviously, role playing is anyways.
Oh my god.
Screw you guys.
What are our orders? Man.
And yeah.
She will come off better than this, but this is what I got for you. As far as you will ever know or care about, we're here to your mom.
Go Becca.
Go back, go
Here.
back.
Well, the natural 20 could go with something like, our orders were to locate your mothers. violate her with a discount on her usual bargain basement price.
That one! Oh, yes.
Those are our orders.
Oh,
Feed your corpse to your demon lord.
oh god.
My face is so hot, it's warming up my hands right now.
Oh man.
Their initial response is, wait, Mom still has it going, right?
Wow.
Oh Jesus.
And at this point, you will be able to sit up, like you sit up like directly from a nightmare. You are taking 37 points of psychic damage.
Okay.
Once again, similar description. Sheets are definitely soaked. It appears to be with blood, but you have no physical, actual wounds on you in that regards.
Alrighty.
Miguel's turn.
Fantastic.
Have fun, buddy.
So their initial questions, the basic statement is that we have further questions for you. And they ask, what do you know of the cult?
What do I need to roll?
Yep, charisma rolls.
I get my bonus, right?
Yeah.
Your charisma rolls, yeah.
So 18.
Okay.
How many? Just 2 straight off?
Yep.
And 21.
Okay.
I don't know much about the cultists, except that they're evil bastards who want to bring in the rise of Tiamat. And I know Tiamat will destroy the world. So, I'm not about to let that happen.
What are your current plans to stop it? The other sort of charisma rolls.
8. And 13.
Holy crap, JP, that's a lot of biddies. 51 biddies. Thank you, good sir. Why did that not show up? Weird. Okay. Not sure why that did not show up. It must be the... Alright, so you might be having a rough night. That being said, you now have a -4 on your charisma check rolls.
Okay.
You've been racked with pain twice. What is your answer?
Well, was supposed to find you and report back, but I don't know, it just doesn't sit well with me, even cultists, to live.
I meant to keep it even. No worries, JP, no worries.
A good cultist is a dead cultist, in my opinion.
Explains why your body got Then if you are not going to report back, what are you going to do?
I don't know, I was going to wing it when I got there, assess the situation. We'll see.
Too much charisma rolls.
20 on that one total, and a critical on that one. Critical fail. Yeah.
And you were minusing 4 from the initial one as well.
Yeah, so it doesn't really matter. Critical fail is critical fail.
Critical
so.
fail. Another rack of pain, obviously, in that regards. They kind of scoff at you like you're basically lying through your teeth. And are just trying to blow the thing up their backside. What is Eseldra's current position on what she's going to do? 2 more rolls.
4. And the critical fail.
Another critical fail. You are now at -10 on charisma rolls.
Nice.
Jesus, man.
That's the direct opposite of Becca here. As we hear her laugh.
I don't know her current position, but we're supposed to report back your location. She'll take care of the rest.
They don't believe you in that regard.
Okay.
Waking up, you will have 57 points of psychic damage.
Fantastic.
You will. So, in the morning, you will also, because of everything that you went through, except for Amy's character, which had a nice, restful night of having fun, eating bonbons and everything else. Everybody else's night will be so interrupted you do not gain the benefits of a long or short rest.
That's fine. I had nothing I had to regain for the most part.
Rip off the blankets, like, still in whatever kind of pajamas. I make a beeline for our host.
That being said, everything seems fuzzy and you don't remember specifically what happened in your nightmares.
Can I remember being really mad?
Sure.
Okay.
You can remember being mad in your nightmare, as most nightmares tend to make you mad. But you unfortunately will not be able to remember anything specific from said night.
Yeah.
Chocolate.
Polly was just going to wake up with an unsettling feeling that the tentacle dream didn't go like it usually does.
That's creepy.
Are we still suffering the effects
Says
of the
person
negative
who went to
charisma?
kink shame.
No, that was only for the dream.
Okay.
He doesn't.
But we're still minus the damage, right?
You're still minus the damage.
As long as it's legal, it's all fair.
Psychic damage. And like I said, you're not going to be able to remember anything specific.
I'll discharge a charge of my staff, and then I will cast a healing spell.
In the morning, after being fed basically another awesome breakfast.
Everyone will get 49 hit points back if you're missing anything.
Okay. You are ushered back into the audience chamber.
Real
This will
quick,
be up to your
I'm
25
assuming
dice.
while we're eating, kind of like, hey guys, I had a really weird dream. Ish.
Mine was weirder than usual.
Well, I had a great night. And I'm just eating my food.
How did you sleep?
I didn't sleep.
Oh,
She's an elf. She doesn't do
that
that.
might explain it. Not so good. I don't feel so rested.
Well, that sucks.
Yes, it does. As you can see, when I woke up, I had to heal me and my companions.
I was
Something is amiss.
And apparently I sweated blood in my sleep. That didn't happen since the last time I camped out in a crypt.
It's not good.
I don't need to know right now. Emphasis being on right now. She's much more like dour than normal. And she's like, okay.
Go after it.
I wanted to make that connection first.
Did you guys eat bad food or something?
Can I use perception? Do I have any inkling of what was the cause of our...
No.
I'm actually going to start watching the elf because now I'm curious if she ever stops eating. Like, I'm not sure if that's a thing or not.
And John, you have chat talking to you.
Yeah, I know, but because of the delay, I'm not always sure what it refers to.
Okay. Being ushered back in, Seldra is not there. You are greeted by Nye, as well as one of the other basically one of the other wizards, basically, that was in the previous audience. Nye is the only one who talks. She says it has been determined that you guys will definitely be very helpful in regards to what goes on. And that Seldra is definitely convinced you guys will help, and therefore they will help you. Alright, let me make sure I get this right, just because of the number of questions they've got asked and the ones that didn't actually get answered. They basically get you together, put you on a teleportation rune, and you end up basically about a mile outside of Waterdeep. But you basically now have the ability to somewhat use the Fae, basically get marks, basically to basically know that you are in the series of the Fae as well.
Okay.
And you do have that with you. On a fun note, you guys all note that you guys all have a new item with you, whether it be in a pocket when you put your hands in, when you look at your bags. You guys technically each have a necklace with a bone, human finger bone,
What the hell?
tied on it. Anybody want to attempt to identify it?
Yeah,
I do.
Perception, wisdom?
What?
Would it be Arcana or...
Arcana.
How about Insight?
Arcana.
15.
Sorry, give it a shot. 17?
16.
You guys will realize this is the equivalent. I'm hearing something, I'm not seeing it actually show up.
She's watching Richie Rich out there, which has similar sounds.
Which has similar sounds to my sounds that I have for my stream. That explains why I keep thinking stuff's happening and stuff's not actually happening.
I don't know how she can watch that particular show, but hey.
That's the point. You guys will realize that technically if you were to crack the finger bone that is basically on the necklace, you technically get the equivalent of the scroll of Protection Undead.
Okay.
Twisted.
I think that's good.
Interesting.
And on a fun note, you guys technically that are present today gain a level.
Ooh, really?
Yep.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
That went a hell of a lot more than I expected it to.
Well, we don't have Harold climbing up dragon's butts.
Oh, yes.
This is very true.
No offense. At that point, I almost think it needs shown Thor.
Also, also no
I almost
combat
thinking we
tonight,
need
right?
shown Thor.
No combat. Did we didn't have
Actually, you
any
guys
Zero.
didn't actually have any direct combat, which is
Nothing.
usually what also increases it.
Yeah.
I've got something else I need to take care of really quick, and then we can probably go into the next part. I just need to do a little prep.
Yeah, no
Like I said,
worries.
I wasn't expecting, and then, like I said, we don't have Harold's antics to really go with.
Yes, let's blame Harold.
I agree.
This is true.
Or we can show them the movie. I mean, it's not late enough that she can't.
This is true.
It's up to you guys.
Because 2 of them haven't seen it. We've got 2 kids who haven't seen it.
That's. I mean, if you,
You know
have to rush through prepping, like going through, like I know you want to kind of
I
move
want-
this forward, but
Let's just. Yeah. The next section, which will then technically put us a month out, dear,
That's
from
fine.
your campaign.
I could use the time anyways because the new meds have tweaked my ability to think a little.
Okay, so yeah, if
It'll help
we
me.
pause here for game, we'll be looking at 2 game sessions, and then we'll be the game
Yep.
session after that. will
Works
be
for
yours.
me.
So you got 6 weeks.
Works.
Okay.
Because I'm
Yeah.
trying to write backstory, and I've got a block.
Yep. We didn't have our usual combat tonight because both these were RP chapters, and we didn't have our usual people that, as
Want to crawl up dragons' asses?
I'm sure Harold would have found a reason to try to do that in one of the ancient
Oh no!
wars.
He would have tried to do it to the gold dragon, and the gold dragon would have tried to kill us.
He would have justified it as trying to remove the tree branch that was clearly stuck up there.
We want to know confirmation that it existed up there.
oh,
Oh.
Yes. So, because we did get donations tonight, in regards to ExtraLife, we do have some rolls to do, and I was waiting this for the actual combat time, and since it didn't happen, we will roll. Consider this part of the XP. If it actually ends on loot, we'll take care of said loot. So give me 1 second. Where
And
is-
if it involves monsters, we fight them next time.
I will include monsters said next time, make them additions to what we currently have. If it is loot, we will go ahead and take care of that. So 1 sec here. Here we go. Let's see if this actually works.
Vampire.
Yes.
God.
It's a good thing you guys actually didn't have to fight her. Because we
Yeah.
all know that Harold would probably have
Well, he would have tried to seduce your ass.
That's what I was thinking.
Yes.
Oh my god. Well, to be fair, it's a good thing that I didn't pick up that she was a vampire because the answer would have been respectfully no.
Yeah, you did deny.
And then we would have been
All right.
Alright,
Cleric, I would've
so
been like,
the
you know what?
first wonderfulness,
That's what I think.
if it will ever stop spinning. I like this new add-on that Streamlabs put out, but sometimes it takes forever to actually stop. And it doesn't appear to actually be stopping. Am I wrong?
Round and round the wheel it goes. Where it
As
stops,
it
nobody
smacks the stinking thing over and over and over.
We're
Oh,
finally
it's
slowing down.
slowing.
Tier 1 monster.
Infinite loop.
Infinite loop.
So, monster for next game.
Definitely a monster to be
What happened to
added.
your other game? Bag of dice bag.
Oh, I'm using that one for my Shadowrun dice.
Yep.
This one's my.
Alright, we got 2 more
format dice, so
rolls.
It's easy to remember.
So sorry for the suspense here, guys, but yeah, rip. Probably means I need to adjust the settings.
Hey, at least you adjusted the wheel.
So it is more balanced, yes.
Well, there, sing it with me, kids. Wheel of morality, turn, turn, turn. Tell us the lesson that we should learn.
Shoot, what is that from?
Animaniacs.
Oh.
I tried to show Dara and Serena that.
They didn't get
They
it.
didn't get it.
It's
It was
Ooh,
so
we get
sad.
loot.
it's pretty meta, but it's hilarious.
Loot.
I love it.
To
Tier
be
1
fair, I don't even
loot.
think I got it as a kid.
Alright, last
I got it
roll.
mostly later on.
It's on
I
Hulu
feel like a
now.
lot of 90s shows was like really like
Though
they're
Acid
cartoons, but they're meant for older
they did
people.
enjoy Pinky and the Brain.
I was gonna say, yeah, I did too. Prime example of that though is
Pinky the Brain was hilarious.
Yep.
Ren and Stimpy.
What are we gonna do tonight?
Oh my
Was
gosh.
not my
Same thing we do every night.
So,
Oh, it's to take over the world.
That's right.
I will definitely
You
adjust
go-
this spin,
Go
guys.
to the grocery store and buy cheese.
Rocco's
Yeah.
bottom line.
They do every night.
Oh yeah, Rocco. Rocco was. I
Yep.
loved that show when I was a kid. Then
Alright,
Freakazoid.
Miguel.
Freakazoid was funny.
Yeah. Roll me a d6.
P6. 3.
John, since you can actually do it, then we get a tier 3 monster. Oh wow, you guys just missed the really good stuff.
The one with Healer?
Yes.
Damn. All right.
And the oh my god monster
Yes.
is sitting there too.
Anyway, so you were saying?
I need you to do a digital number for me since you
Do
you have the digital
Oh, D100.
dice.
Yeah, give me a second. D100. 86.
Your funness. Bag of beans. Have fun with that.
Will you get the
Yes.
next dragon to eat one?
This is true. This is very
Or we
true.
could make it an enema.
It
That
will
will
be
be
once
Harold.
it will be once it digests though.
At that point, it would be a suppository.
Yes,
Thank
it'll
you,
it'll
thank
totally be a suppository at that point. All right, everybody. We thank you very much for hanging out tonight. Turn that off there. Thank you very much for hanging out. We will be back in 2 Saturdays. We usually go way longer than this. We got through content a hell of a lot faster than I was expecting. I know we're down a few people, but still. It
Would
is
have gone
definitely...
even faster if I hadn't been present.
Yeah, yeah. If we had a few people who do the shenanigans, it would have gone longer. Thank you very much, BP, being here, JP, Tova, and all the new people that joined the family tonight. We do appreciate that you guys were here and hanging out with us. And we will catch you guys in 2 weeks. And we will be back with more funness, and they get to get through a maze.
Which he has to draw.
Which I have to draw, which is part of my set of things I was not planning to get to tonight.
Oh, that's going to be the weekend just before spring break.
Yes.
When's
And it will be
spring
fun.
It starts the week of the 12th.
Yep. So,
break? Birthday week is
until next time, guys and gals,
My birthday's the 15th.
later.
Yeah.